Okay, let's see. I think I'm streaming, but we will wait until I do my audio check. And of course, welcome in everybody. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. I haven't even had a chance to do it. Wait, did I not? Is now streaming, live streaming? That's not what my title is. But I think it's correct on Twitch. Okay. But now I need to. I'm not sure if I'm seeing. Okay. Can I hear myself? Hello? Okay. Alright. Can I hear myself? Hello? Okay. Alright. Audio is good. Or at least audio is good to me. Sounds like it's fine. Um, welcome in, guys. Welcome in, Chan the Magic Man. Welcome in, Gibson Lens. Welcome in, Charlie's Beats. And it appears as though I changed my title literally right before going live, and Stream Elements did not get the update. But it does appear correct, so. But anyway, how are you guys doing? Thanks for shouting out Charlie's Beats. Guys are not following our friend Charlie's Beats. Please give Charlie's Beats a follow. And then, of course, if you guys are not following our friends and mods, Gibson Lens and Chan the Magic Man, please give Gibson Lens and Chan the Magic Man follows as well. How's everybody doing today? Alright, well, we are now here at the time in which I need to put on cheating gloves because I haven't done it yet. So here we go. I'm actually thinking about purchasing more of this, even though I'm not technically close to being done, but I was like, it's kind of like crucial for stream at this point to have cheating gloves. And if I run out, I've actually been in a situation when I was like looking for my next one or looking for my cheating gloves and I couldn't find them, and I'm like, oh, where are they? So we'll rub them in. But anyway, big news. I have a gig in November at a local public library to provide an introduction to sleight of hand. So I'm going to be giving kind of like a, how should I say this? Like instructional 1 hour. I'm hoping it's not going to be boring, but effectively it's a lecture. But I don't mean it to sound like that. But I mean, in the world of magic, when you're doing something instructional, they tell you it's a lecture. So I'm like, okay. But these lectures are fun. So yeah, Felden Kane, welcome in. How's it going, Felden Kane? How are you doing today? Thanks for shouting out our friend Felden Kane. Guys are not following Felden Kane. Please give Felden Kane a follow. Felden Kane, you were last streaming food and drink. I missed. I must have missed. Hold on. Thanks for the shout out, says Felden Kane. You're welcome. And thanks for shouting out Felden Kane Chan. And then, hey, now I'm going pretty well. How are you? Mostly okay. Can't really complain. Let's see here. Hello Fresh, says Felden Kane from, it looks to be the food and drink stream. You missed my first cooking stream, but Bert was there. Oh, awesome. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm going to see if that is the VOD up. Am I able to go look at that? Okay. Yeah. Chili, the Om Nom Nom Nomicon. All right. Looks like, oh, that just happened yesterday. Okay. I probably had a busy day yesterday, so the VOD will be up for a month. Oh, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'll check that out. All right. Cool. Yeah, I think I made chili on one of my first streams as well, which is kind of funny. I wonder if that's like a YouTube or not a YouTube. If that's like a Twitch cook like rite of passage. Show me how you cook chili. Like, all right, Beth kind of sorta. Welcome in. How's it going? I was just lost in YouTube, wondering where when my magic show starts. It starts right now, guys. Um, we can thank Chan for pinning the trick list. The trick list is both open and should be ready to go. I actually haven't warmed up yet. I did put on my cheating gloves, so I am prepped, but I haven't warmed up. So there's a chance that if we request something complicated, I will mess it up. And Chan has requested something, and luckily it is not complicated. Felden says, my family takes chili very seriously, but maybe it is a rite of passage. Um, let's see. So I like chili. I don't think I'm very great at it, but I make it pretty frequently now. But I don't, yeah. So what I found was the best chili has fibrous meat in it. And I'm like, ugh. It is kind of a pain to make fibrous meat chili. So I'm kind of lazy about it. Also, my wife doesn't care that much. So infrequently will I actually make chili with fibrous meat. But otherwise, yeah, we kind of just stick to the default ground. Insert your ground meat here. So she's been liking ground chicken in chili. But anyway, Jan has requested a trick, and actually, so I went to a birthday party this morning, and it was for a 9-year-old, and it was enlightening because I didn't realize because most of the kids there were like 8 or 9 years old, and I didn't think that I would be ready to do magic for that audience, but they were actually a pretty captive audience for being 8 and 9 years old, and I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe I could perform for kids parties so long as the kids were old enough. And so I gave out a few business cards actually during that, but anyway, I was a little bit tired right before stream, so I decided to go ahead and take a nap. I was a little bit worried about making it to stream, but it's okay. We had a productive day today. All right. 3-minute ad soon. Oh, all right. So we're gonna do this first version very quick. We'll leave this in the queue afterwards, and then we will go ahead and do another version of this. All right, here, take a look. I'm not looking. Definitely, hopefully, you got it. E-room. I didn't even have to look. I think that was you. I'm just guessing. All right. Was I right? Yes. All right. I was right. Welcome in E-room. How's it going? I'm gonna go ahead and grab this plate. Bella Gerard, hi, 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 welcome in, first time chat, how's it going? I'm going to go ahead and place your card, hopefully you got the card, and then we're going to go ahead and 1, 2, and 3, I don't know if you could tell, but look, your card has turned around in the entire deck, because now if I spread the entire deck, we have one card. What was the card? Howdy, says Bella Gerard. Whoops. I totally just broke away from. I meant to click this other thing, which would change my view for something in OBS. Was it the 6 of diamonds? Hopefully, it was the 6 of diamonds. It wouldn't have been as impressive if it wasn't the 6 of diamonds. So, but anyway, welcome in. How's it going, Belle Gerard? Hopefully, you're doing well. Okay, I heard there was going to be an ad break soon, so I'm going to leave this trick in the queue, and then we will do the more complicated version of this trick after, of which I normally slightly give away how this version of the trick is done um, after the ad break. So, but anyway, so I did this trick. I'll hop up here for whatever ad break. But I did this trick for the 8 or 9 year olds today, and I'm like, oh my god, I might be able to do tricks for kids, and it was fine. It wasn't too bad. The Rusty Panda, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing, the Rusty Panda? Hopefully you're doing well. The Rusty Panda says, I still exist! Hello. And thanks for shouting out the Rusty Panda. Guys, you're not following our friend the Rusty Panda. Please give the Rusty Panda a follow. And then E-Room, you came in during the trick, so let's go ahead and if you guys haven't given E-Room a follow, thanks for shouting out E-Room, Chan. Definitely give E-Room a follow. Oh man, so many friends in chat. Hello, how's it going? I was warned that there was going to be an ad soon, so we're waiting for the ad to go, and then I'll do the more complicated version of this trick. But in the interim, if anybody wants to request more magic, definitely put more tricks in the queue. The queue is currently pinned in chat, so if anybody would like to. Ooh, Felden Gaines got it, pulling out the Ace of Hearts, the animated Ace of Hearts. I actually find that out of all of the aces that I recorded, because I recorded like all of the aces for the emotes, that's the one that I use the most just because it's a heart. You're on in the 9 o'clock hour. I can see you. Am I on in the 9 o'clock hour? Is this the nine? Oh yeah, yeah. For you in your time zone, right? Yeah. That's why I used it. I know. That's right. Yeah. We've got the Ace of Diamonds, which is from Infozar. Which, by the way, if anybody didn't know, there's a monthly magic show, I guess, in Boston. All right, for those of you who can't see, you're just going to miss part of the story. But so in Boston, there's this thing called the Boston Magic Lab. And oh, thanks for giving a shout out to Jack, our friend Jack, guys. Ads, yep, understood. But during the Boston Magic Lab, for this particular time, one of my local magicians traveled to Boston Magic Lab to perform this time. His name is John, and he performed as part of the Boston Magic Lab show on Friday. And then also, I found out that Jack helped with his trick. So I don't know exactly what my magic friend did, but there was a Rubik's Cube that was involved, and apparently Jack ended up scrambling the cube for him during the trick. And I was like, yo, that's awesome. And then I also heard that when you say magic friend, says the Rusty Panda, go on. Um, so then also afterwards, another friend of mine was also there. The Rusty Panda says, when you say magic friend, it sounds like you're saying like special imaginary friend. No, no. I don't want to like dox his name, even though technically, if you go search him up, it's actually on his website. But John W. He's a real person. So I'm gonna see him actually at the next local magician meeting here, and he, the Rusty Panda says, Harvey, lol. Harvey is the imaginary friend from. Is it? Wait, is that the one from Donnie Darko? Is that? All right. Kinda agreed though. All right. Says Beth. All right. All right. And then so my other friend Tiana, she was attending, and then she ended up meeting a bunch of people at Boston Magic Lab, and she was really excited about getting to know and meet people at the Boston Magic Lab because she recently moved there. But so she got to meet some people. She even met Jimmy, from Jack's, who hangs out in Jack's stream, aka like boyfriend. That's his screen name. 6 foot tall rabbit, Jimmy Stewart says. E-room. All right. Okay. I'm gonna guess everybody's back. Who is no longer part of the ad? I think I just rambled on for long enough. So, all right. Okay. Now we're gonna do the more complicated version of that trick. All right. First things first. We had a card selected. Actually, wait. I shouldn't see it, right? I was just trying to beat like the ad break last time, but okay, this time let's do it legit. If anybody wants to pick a card, feel free to click directly on. Wait, let me just double check that the heat map's on. Okay, all right. Feel free to click directly on the screen. We should see a heat map. I see one right here. This is the selection. By the way, guys, if you've been sitting around for a while and you're not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and close my eyes, turn my head, cough. I'm going to turn this card over. Hopefully you guys can take a look and see which one it is. I'm going to turn it back. Coughing was just a joke. I didn't have to cough this time. And hopefully you guys got it. All right. Turning my head back. All right. Chan's got it. Excellent. Okay, great. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the card, place it back into the middle of the deck, and we'll just push it in. And then, of course, we were able to turn the entire deck around the card just like this. Now, if I show you, we have a card that is turned around in the opposite direction. Is this one. Go ahead and tell me which card it is. It's safe to tell me now. It's the Four of Hearts, and I will show you that this is indeed the Four of Hearts, signed by Bao. And Eroom's got the Bao emotes, which are actually Eroom emotes. So, however, you might know how that trick is done, because what we did was, well, shh, don't tell anybody. We must have inserted the card into a deck facing in the opposite direction. However, let us now take the card and place it face down into a face down deck. And we're going to close that up. And also, just to dispel the potential for somebody thinking that I'm hiding the card on the top, that's not the card that's not your card. That's some other card on top. And actually, if I just scroll through the rest of the deck, you might be able to see it, but I just don't want you to see it right now. However, I'm going to go ahead and show you that we will have turned the card around and have it faced in the opposite direction. Because now if I show you, this is indeed our Four of Hearts. And that is the more complicated version of the inverted card trick. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. And thanks for this heat map. I haven't eaten it yet. Sorry. Let's go ahead and... Delicious! All right. There you go. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, The Rusty Panda, E-Room, Felden Kane, and thanks for getting the eat. Man, I've eaten a lot of heat maps. My mouth must be on fire. I've recently been finishing up this bottle of sriracha that I have. It is not the original, and I think I like it a little bit better. It's like Sky Valley sriracha or something. But because sriracha isn't like trademarked, anybody can create it. And so ever since that snafu years ago, now there's a lot of different srirachas on the market. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to taste all of them. So after this bottle, I have 2 other bottles to try of different brands of sriracha. Delicious. Delicious. I hope they're delicious. It would be horrible if I tasted one and it turned out it was not very good. All right, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, now's a good time. All right, so let's see what's going on. I recently came into a bunch of tripods, and I was like, what do I do with all these tripods now? Well, I asked my magic friends, hey, magic friends, And these are not like imagined. They're real magic friends. Okay, let me just tell you, they're real magic friends. And I asked them, "Hey, anybody need a tripod? I've got like three spares." And so I'm selling them all to them at a very highly discounted low price. And so I sold three tripods, uh, and I'm going to be delivering them at the next magic meeting. So, but it was like, yes, they can all be used. The thing is, it's like a lot of them do magic, but some of them don't record. And one of their excuses was like, "I don't have a tripod." I'm like, "All right, no more excuses now, buddy." Yeah, chances magically delicious, absolutely. So for anybody who is a fan of sriracha, yeah, the big thing that I'm looking for is it's spicy but not too spicy. That you can taste the garlic flavor in the sriracha, and then however strong the pepper flavor is. So you should be able to taste like pepper and garlic, and those are probably the two big things. There are levels of spice where if I'm eating the spice and it is too hot, I can't taste anything, and to me that is too hot. And so I do not want to eat something that is that hot because then I can't taste anything. So all right, let's go ahead and I'm going to let's see here. We'll do this and then this. All right. So I'm going to rehearse, not rehearse. I'm going to practice the the one coin trick that I do. So we're going to do that. Felden Kane says, "Agreed." Yo, Felden Kane. I guess we share a similar taste of sriracha as well. But yeah, for hot sauces, like I'm all down for tasting different hot sauces. We actually have it was a place that wasn't close by like years ago, but recently they've been expanding near where I live, and now there's a place called Pepper Palace within like less than a 10-minute drive to get to a Pepper Palace, and all they sell is literally just an entire store of hot sauces, and I'm like, oh man, awesome. So right now I'm going through like a mango habanero hot sauce that's in the fridge as well. It's not that spicy, despite the fact that it's called mango habanero, but it's got like a sweet flavor that you would associate with mango, and I'm like, that's so good. And the spiciness, like, I feel like habaneros are normally too spicy, so I can't really taste the flavor of habanero, but that's just me. All right, so we have four coins, four cards, and this trick I've been practicing many weeks, basically because I want to keep it sharp. And so we're going to transport coins from corner to corner. So I'm going to hide each coin underneath a card, and then we will go ahead and teleport them. Or transport them, whichever terminology you like. Doesn't matter to me. I'm all for all sorts of sci-fi. I'm going to make this jump from here to there, go once, twice, and boom. There we go. I'm going to make this one jump from here to there, once and twice, and boom. And then make this one jump from here to there, one, two, three. And so that now I like to also do the cardless version. And so we are going to go ahead and arrange these into the rectangle once again. Hands empty. We're going to go ahead and make one jump. We're going to do it again. Then we're going to make it jump again. Then we have 1, 2, 3 over here and one over there, and we're going to make it jump one more time. Then I've been doing the fancy finale finish. So make a little small square here, and then boom, boom, 1 and 2 and 3. There we go. I think this last part gets a lot of people. Probably. I almost clicked a different. Oh man, I have not streamed. I mean, I guess I streamed in the middle of the week. I guess when I'm cooking, it doesn't really feel like streaming as much. But when I'm cooking, I don't really do many things on controls and stuff. Alstro Art, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you for the gigantic applause. Um, and thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Felden Kane, thanks for clearing that, Chan. And Alstro Art, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. So, I also recently decided that there was Amazon Prime days this week. So I realized that I had not updated the storage container for my coin collection for years because I was still using the exact same coin container that I was using in elementary school. And not that there was anything wrong with it, but it was like a cardboard paper pencil box that had like I wrote inside. Well, I meant to write Power Rangers, but because I didn't know how to spell it, I put Power Ragers, and I'm like, well, that's probably more accurate. And then I also wrote like Nintendo 64 Fund because I was trying to save up for a Nintendo 64 on the inside, and I'm like, oh man. But anyway, so I'm obviously keeping that box because it's so reminiscent and nostalgic that I can't get rid of it. However, I did update to a quote unquote big boy coin collection solution. I have it over here. I can show. Actually, wait. Oh, do I have the box too? Oh yeah, I might be able to show that box actually. Hold on. So while I'm talking, Astro Art says, "Did you ever get a Nintendo 64?" Astro Art, I did not get a Nintendo 64, but my brother did, and he was younger than me, and he ended up getting it. So, actually, wait, yeah. Let me see. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, guys, I'm gonna show you past noms. Yeah, it says Nintendo 64 account inboxes. Okay, yeah, Power Rage. Oh, and then I also put College Fund. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna switch to this so you guys can see it. Guys, it is my money account, not at bank. I had money in here. I mean, there's still arguably money in there, but it's not valuable anymore. But inside the cover, here it is, Nintendo 64 account in boxes. Here's Power Ragers. I wrote that in cursive, so I knew that was at least third grade or older. And also, Power Rangers didn't come out until I was in third grade here. So, and College Fund. Like, I seriously thought I could put money for college in a little box and it would be enough. So anyway, there is still some like coin stuff in here, but I've basically mostly cleaned it out. Like here's a little red coin. Rip says the Rusty Panda. Felden Cade's got the lull. So yeah, I never got the Nintendo 64, but my brother did. We did get to play a bunch of things like Super Smash Brothers on it. I remember playing Pokemon Snap. I remember playing a handful of other things. But my new big boy coin collection solution is this binder. So this thing is super heavy, like because I put most of my coins in it. Um, there are a handful of pages in the front that are not real coins. They are tokens, but a lot of you may be interested in tokens. And so this entire first page is literally tokens. Some of these are tokens from local places, some of these are tokens from other places. Actually, you can see through to the next page. This page is not very populated. This is the tokens page that I was talking about, but I put them all in the front. So there's some from like old arcade places that no longer exist around here. Like there used to be a place called Jillian's that was kind of like a Dave and Buster's thing. There's a Dave and Buster's token when they use tokens here. Charles Entertainment Cheese. Yes, Chuck E. Cheese tokens. I've got like I think four of them. So here's four of them. These two look alike on this side. These two are different. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how that'll show up. I guess depending on how good my camera is. And then we've got various. So this one, so these are like food stamps for one particular supermarket that is no longer in business. Here's a Pokemon Chansey coin. And then we have like heavy duty things. Here's that medallion that I said I found from my house when we were tearing up one of the rooms. And then I have a wooden nickel right here. It literally says wooden nickel on it. Here's a Gyarados Pokemon coin from a coin strategy game that I never got into, but I somehow got that one. And then I have a bunch of foreign currency here. So like these, I think uh, these are Korean won, and then we've got some other kinds of currency as well. Some of these I don't know. There's some francs down here. Francs over here as well. Let me see. These are, I think, Chinese here, actually. Haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese in ages, said Shannon the Magic Man. Yeah, so I tried going into Chuck E. Cheese as an adult when I thought there might have been a dance game, and then I got like weird looks, and I was like 25, and I didn't have a kid, so I'm like, I could probably go now, but I don't think there'd be anything worthwhile. That's a lot of coins. Oh yeah. So you went to keeping them in a box to using a coin to using coin to buy a binder to hold your coins. Yes, yes, I did go. Here's a coin. So this is my Canadian coin section. So we've got Canadian pennies, nickels, and dimes. And then this one is a Canadian quarter that has some color on it for a cancer thing. And then here's my Canadian quarters, Canadian $1 loonies, and $2 toonies on this page. And then we have, let's see, these are a bunch of empty pages in it for these American pennies. So there's like one series here of like the wheat 1 cent pennies. And then we have some newer pennies down here. Then we have dimes on this page, except a couple of pennies spilled over because I have too many pennies. Then we have nickels here. So we have a couple of buffalo pennies here. And then we have a couple of really old ones. Oh, funny story. One of these nickels, it was from like 1907. This one I found in a payphone when payphones existed at a mall once. And I was a kid, and I'm like, I pulled out the chain, and I'm like, what? And I pulled this out, and I'm like, this is so cool. I'm keeping this. Uh, Rusty Panda says, I love this. Crazy Agent says, can you give your top 5 gimmick decks? I can in a little bit. Let me finish going through this. Let me pin your thing, and then we can get back to that question if you want. I could even show some gimmick decks if can you do coin matrix but with the coins in the sleeves? Oh my god. Alstro art, that is not well, so these aren't sleeves per se. These are like full pages. Um Let me think about that Alstro art. I'll have because I have a couple of like dual sleeve things, but all right, these are American quarters and more American quarters. There's so many quarters to collect because they're so different. And then there's like these are like the bigger size, like either half dollars or dollars. This one's like a 1908 one, like right here. It's super old, at least for my coin collection. Like I'm not like the biggest coin collector. Like I know a couple friends who are like way more into it than I am, but I'd like to say I don't have like a trivial collection. Here's $1 coins, like Sacagawea dollars, and then we had a series of like presidents, and then I have some other coins that are big that are foreign that I couldn't fit anywhere else. So these are those ones. Then I have some bills. Here's like a $2 bill. Here's some money from Vietnam. Here's some pesos, Mexico, or no, Dominican Republic. So yeah, there we go. All right, Jimmy Page says, "Are you going to buy the new $1 Trump coin when it gets released?" I will not purchase any $1 Trump coin. But that is, yeah, there we go. Okay, all right, let's see. And then hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and pin Alstro Arts. Can you do coin matrix boat with the coins and sleeves? All right, so let's see here. I'm going to hop back here just for a second, and then if I need to grab any decks, then let me go ahead and do that. So, let me first get to... Oh, can I only pin one message? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, let's go see Jimmy Page's question about top 5 gimmick decks. First of all, I don't know if I have a top. I don't try and use that many of them. And when I do, I still like to have them be Sleight based. And so, alright. So there's a couple of decks that I don't mind sharing that exist. So first order of business, let's go ahead and show. So, all right, first things first, let's go ahead and have a card selected. So let's say this one. Once again, this is going to be similar to the inverted card trick that we saw earlier. I'm going to close my eyes, turn my head, flip that up. Hopefully you guys got it. I'm going to turn it back down. And let's go ahead and I'm going to put that back into the deck right now, like so. Boom. Okay. Then what we will do is, if you were here, I would ask you to go ahead and open up your hands, put the deck inside and cover it up so that we can't see it, okay? I'm just going to simulate that by covering it with my hand like this. I'm going to attempt to then reach inside and find your card and get it. All right, so important question, was your card what was your card? Was it the 8 of diamonds? I'm going to guess no. That's not it. Jimmy Page says no. Okay, all right, very well then. Not the 8 of diamonds. All right. We're going to try one more time. You know what? No, this would be way more impressive. Instead of finding your card, let me make the entire deck disappear in your hands. And so we've made the deck disappear in your hands. Actually, the entire deck has turned into clear cards, except for one. What was your card? Go ahead and tell me now. I believe your card was the Jack of Spades. Chances, what? There you go, Jack of Spades. And yeah, and the rest of the deck obviously is fully inspectable because, so there you go. That is one gimmick deck. I like this one. Also, to give a brief historical comparison and tour, there is also something that looks a lot like this. So here, once again, we would find their card. Let's pretend the card was the Jack of Spades. Okay, excellent. Let's go ahead and put that into the deck. But actually, yeah, but better. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's like a clear block deck, huh? Yeah. Actually, the thing that I'm showing you right now is going to be the clear block. And so, yeah, the difference between this and this is that these are individual, and so they might still feel like a deck of cards, and you can put, as I showed you, you can put the card into the middle of the deck, and it still looks and feels like a deck, just as long as you're yeah, look, I can fool you that it's a deck, see? Ta-da. All right. But the block, it's a little bit trickier to do that. So, however, you guys are probably wondering, oh, how effective is the block in real life? The block fools people in real life. So if the block can fool people in real life, this can fool people in real life. And it's a little bit more flexible, in my personal opinion. So you guys take away whatever you want to take away. But yeah, both of these exist. They're both cool for different reasons. Um, so there you go. So let's see. That was a couple of things. I've got this deck over. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm going to make a prediction with this deck, and I'm actually going to go ahead and okay, here's my prediction. Leave that on camera. Now I have an entire deck over here. And what I want to do is I will let chat select a card from this deck. Chan says, not really a fan of the block. IMO too solid to feel like a deck. Yeah, here's the thing. If you just like simplicity and like keeping it clean and like not the risk of like people dropping clear cards, then yeah, choose the block. But if you are fine with having clear individual cards, I feel like the other one, I like the other one better, but okay, let's see if, oh, hold on, let me spread that better. Okay, there we go. All right. If anybody would like to select a card, all right, we've got one selection right here. Boom. Does anybody want to refute or have an additional selection? All right, seems like we're going to go with that one. Okay, so out of all of these cards, what were the odds that this card would be a match to this card, my prediction? 50-50, says Jimmy. All right, so Jimmy is thinking this is a particular kind of deck that I know what he's trying to imply. But if I show you the prediction, this is a 9 of hearts. And this is where I panic and I have to change. But you know what? When I mess up a trick, let me go ahead and bring out my friend the deck sock to go ahead and fix everything. And so let's go ahead and have the deck sock change my prediction so that it now matches the 9 of hearts. Yeah, there we go. Deck sock. Thank you for the deck sock emotes, Chan and Alstro art. Because now look, take a look. This is now E-Room. E-Room's got it too. I have a different nickname for that sock. We have the 9 of hearts. But I don't know if you guys knew, not only that, and Feldon Kane's also got the deck sock now. Actually, I accidentally let the sock touch the entire deck. Holy crap, guys! And there is another. What? Says Jan the Magic Man. That is how the deck sock work. Mind blown, says E-Room. All right. Feldon Kane, deck sock. Thanks for the gigantic sock emote. Thank you kindly for the claps. Oh my god. So, thank you for the gigantic deck sock. Oh, man. Deck sock. Deck sock has never seen so much fame. Deck sock is feeling very happy. Nice, says E-Room. Thank you kindly for the claps. Feldon Kane, E-Room, the Rusty Panda. All right, so to let people in on... Now, I don't normally use this that much. I have used it like twice for, I think, some YouTube tricks, but very rarely on stream, because I do like the sleight of hand aspect. But, obviously, you just play up the performance as much as you would like. The Rusty Panda says, alrighty, we are in the 10 o'clock hour. Good night. All right, the Rusty Panda. Take care. Sleep well. Good to see you. Have a good night. Jimmy Page says, have you heard of Position Impossible? I don't know which variation of what that one is. I presume it's like any card at any number variation, but full disclosure, I don't have an any card at any number in my repertoire, so I lack that. So yeah, you too can get a deck sock that just changes every card into the exact same card. Amazing. All right, let's see what else. Oh, there's some decks that I can show that are. Let's see here. I did show off some during my Tinkering Tuesday when we had a. I was actually chatting with ChatGPT to create some tricks. So one of my other favorite decks, and I do have other versions of this, is like a, let me see here. And I can show this box on stream because it's not, I've used a bunch of these cards too. So, all right, so this is, oh, adds in 3 minutes. Is it like Svengali? No, the one that I used. uh, you're talking about Position Impossible. I see. Okay. I think you guys understand the concept of the deck that I just showed you. But anyway, this one is called the Bicycle Letters deck. It is not so much like a trick deck. It's a gaff deck because these are cards that have like a bicycle um, on the back, or bicycle standard back, but on the front they have letters. So, and you guys have seen me use decks with letters before, but this is like one where you can hide these cards in a regular deck of cards, and it's so cool when you reveal, hey, I'm gonna reveal a word, right? So it's pretty cool. Uh, Chen, it's by Brent Braun. It's a force, but with indexed digits. Okay, like you can fan out the whole deck. Okay, all right, those are cool. I've seen them. I've seen like that. There's a couple of things that I have like it, but not an entire deck. So, let's see here. What else? What else am I comfortable showing on stream? Actually, let me pull up a thing really quick. Because I don't think I've done a trick like this on stream before. Yeah, when you reveal, you have to hold it by the corner. Yeah, yeah. I gotcha. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. All right. Okay. All right. Looks like we are in an ad break, so this is this is good for me to set up for this. Oh, I'm sorry. We had Invisible Deck in the queue. Let me do that before I proceed with showing off all these other decks. Okay. Ads. Thanks, Chan. Appreciate it. I was. All right, and then so that was Jimmy's, and then I haven't forgotten about Alstro Art's coin matrix in sleeves, but let me see if I can access really quick. Let me know when ads are done. So I have a bunch of these coin sleeves. They're not really just like sleeves, but they are like little like coin cases. So let me pull out. Let's see, I'll need 4 of them. Yikes! They're kind of huge. I'm going to say I can probably do a regular coin matrix if they were in these sleeves, but to actually get them, yeah, I don't know. That's all right. We can try it. Actually, you know what? Before I forget, let me go ahead and just put that into the queue. Let's see. Coin matrix requested by Alstro Art. And oh no, not the cardless one. Hold on. Boom. Coin matrix. Okay. With sleeves? Question mark. All right. Okay. Just as a note, so I don't forget. Yeah, I think there would be a cooler way for me to want to do it, except that I'm not ready to do it the random cool way. I think we could totally do it with the sleeves. Okay. All right. Hopefully people are back from the ad break. Are people back yet? So tonight I'm having orange passion fruit tea. Oh yeah, and if we are still in the ad break, I'm just gonna let the magicians know. So that deck with the 9 of hearts, yeah, that's just a one-way forcing deck. So, and if you heard it and you were not a magician, that's okay. You just learned a secret of magic. Back, all right. Okay, excellent. Not getting any ads, says Beth, kind of sort of. All right, guys, Beth has figured it out. Wait, oh no, Beth is Beth. Remember, Beth, you got a sub last time. I think you got the gift sub. Yes, that's right. Do you have a preference on a Svengali versus Mirage? I don't have a preference between either one of those two, Jimmy. I don't really use them that much, so I have very little experience with Mirage. I have a couple of Svengalis which I've fiddled around with, but I don't really do tricks with that much. So may the force be with you, says Chan. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Here's the invisible deck. All right, first things first, I'm going to need a volunteer, and that you can go ahead and let me know. I'm going to go ahead and send this deck through the internet pipes to you, and then when it comes out the other side, let Jimmy do it. All right, Jimmy, go ahead and catch this. I'm going to send it through the internet pipes, and then I'm going to go ahead and tell you the instructions. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I don't know if you no, it's going to go through the internet pipes. You will get it out on the other end, diaper catch it, and then open up the box, take it out. You'll see that all of the entire box and all the cards are invisible. But I fumbled. Now it has cat hair. All right. Good thing I'm not allergic to cat hair, but that's great. Go ahead and go through all of the cards and find one that you like. Of course, you won't be able to see it, but just, you'll be able to feel it. Like you'll be able to feel the pips. Take it out, turn it facing in the opposite direction, and put it back into the box. Put it back in the deck, take the deck, put it back in the box, and then send the box back through the internet and let me know when you're sending it back, and I'll get ready to catch it. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to eat this heat map. Delicious. And let's see. Beth says, I do have a secret, though, but it's sporadically. It works sporadically. All right. Okay, done. All right, excellent. I'm going to go ahead and go. All right, there we go. Okay, we've got it. I think I know this one. Lol. Yeah, if you. So here's the name of the deck. There it is, invisible deck. So if you know how this one works, go ahead and at this point I will not cut away. There it was a Joker. Oh, oh man, how are we gonna deal with this, guys? All right, so let's go ahead and here's what we're going to do. We're gonna go ahead and open the box, and I will go ahead and take out the cards. All right. You forgot to take them? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, right. All right, wise guy. All right, wise guy. Well, let me just tell you that we have a bunch of cards here. A bunch of cards here. And there's one card facing in the opposite direction. One card. And here's the interesting thing. That card that was facing the opposite direction, that is a red-backed card, and these are blue-backed cards. And this, my friend, is indeed your Joker. Oh, nice, says Jimmy. All right. All right. So somebody do exclamation point ban Jimmy. I'm just gonna uh, all right. Thanks, Chan. Appreciate it. FYI, it doesn't look like we have a ban command here, but anyway. It's your own homebrew version? No, this is actually a regular invisible deck, but uh, I had to improvise based on what you said. So I was like, I'm not gonna let Jimmy make a fool out of me on my own stream. Can I name a real card this time for realsies? um. All right, Chan. Hold on. Let me reset the deck here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Chan. Let's go get through the you know what? Let's not do the formalities. Let's just telepathically send me the card that you would choose, Chan. I need to practice this one more. Yeah. Just to see how it's originally formed. Yes, absolutely, sure. Yeah, go ahead and name a real card, Chan, and we will perform the invisible deck. King of Hearts. All right, so King of Hearts. Here's what we are going to do. I'm going to use the deck sock. Where's the deck sock? The deck sock is going to save my butt here. Okay, the deck sock is now going to go ahead and do some magic with the deck. And so now I'm going to take the deck out. And now if we spread through the deck, we are going to try and find, and you had said the what? The king of hearts, okay. So I don't know if you could tell, but we do have a card, a single card, facing in the opposite direction. And it is a blue-backed card, and because I said there's a blue-backed deck. But anyway, so this is indeed the King of Hearts. And that, my friends, is a more typical usage of of the invisible deck. Jimmy Page asks, do you normally pair this with another routine? Personally, Jimmy, I do not pair this with another routine. I just do this one as is. Usually with that, when I do it online, I do it with that presentation of sending the deck through the internet pipes. Um, but then there's been times where if I had to, so I'll keep the invisible deck around. So this is probably one of my top gaff decks because if you mess up a trick, this could be your easy out to save yourself. And I know some other friends who've used it more than I do. I've actually haven't needed to use it as an out for a while now, but when I have done it in the past, I would use this as like the extra safety. And nobody's gonna know. There's gonna be, hey guys, I have this deck that has been sitting in my bag over there, and then I just tell like a spectator to grab it or whatever. And it's like, hey, go ahead and give me the deck, and it's like, okay, there we go. So I guess for a short answer, no, unless I need to use it as a backup. But I like this presentation for stream, especially for people who haven't seen it before. Guys, you got to see two versions of the invisible deck, one of which Jimmy tried to troll me on. Guys. All right. All right. But anyway, but that's okay. I got through the version for Jimmy, so I made it work. I made it work. All right, cool. So let's see here. Thank you kindly for the claps. Jan the Magic Man, Alstro Art, E-Room, Felden Kane, Jan the Magic Man. And yeah, let's see here. So let's see. Chan says, what would happen if they name the card on the bottom Just by coincidence? Oh, that's a great question, Chan. All right, this is gonna be inside baseball. I'm just gonna say a bunch of stuff, but so I would actually figure out that it's on the bottom. Oh wait, no wait. Oh yeah, once I figured out it was on the bottom, I would probably just find a way to casually cut the cards, just so that it doesn't seem weird. The other thing you can do is just like cop it. So you can casually cop it and then you can have it materialize somehow or some way. Or if you have other slides, you could like cop it and then insert it somewhere and make it seem less like on the bottom. All right. Can I recommend that you pair this? Let me see here. You recommend you random card generator to pair this with? I mean, I have a in chat. If you type in exclamation point random card, it'll choose a random card. I coded that myself. I mean, it wasn't really. It's not real code. It's just whatever Stream Elements' random thing is. But so if I do random card again, it should be a different card. I mean, I guess by random, it could 1 in 52 chance that it would choose the exact same card. But so there you go. Can't you also rearrange the most popular card choices of the individual towards the middle? I mean, you can, yeah. You can just do whatever you need to do to make it seem very surreptitious. I don't bother most of the time. I most of the time when I just do the trick, I just do the trick for stream, and then I just put the cards back in the box, and then I just leave it, and that's it. Like, so. All right. Okay. So next up, we have and I know Alstro Art asked this a while ago, but I think I just went through a bunch of different gaff decks. So hopefully that answers your question, Jimmy. And so ads in 3 minutes. All right. So we're just gonna have to set up for this. But we can set up for the. Ooh, do I have my big cards? I'm not big cards. My big coins. Let's go ahead and do big coins because these will look nicer in these. Okay. Do we have four? Yep. All right. We have four. All right. So here we have like these coin sleeves. They're coins that have been in here for years, so the impression will remain there for a bit. But I think I can place this like this. And it should be okay. I guess if I wanted to cheat, I could also use bigger cards for more cover, but I don't think we should be able to do that. All right. Can we do this in 3 minutes? Jeez, this is going to be very difficult, I think. All right. Okay, all right. For Alstro Art, let's attempt this. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to cover each coin with a card. I'm going to say this is not going to work out very well because there's a... Oh, wait, it doesn't look that bad on camera. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Let me reset. Not bad, says Chan. All right, hold on, hold on. We're going to reset just for a second. All right, so we're here. Okay. All right. Here we go, here we go. I might be revealing the secrets of magic if this doesn't look good, but it kind of looked okay on camera. And so, yeah, the sleeves make it a little bit weird. All right. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to make this one jump from here to there. 1, 2, 3, boom. All right, I'm going to make this one jump from here to there. 1, 2, 3, boom. This one from here to there. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, there goes. I'd say it looked okay, but I think I revealed how potentially it was done. Okay. Now use transparent cards for cover. Oh my god. All right. Ricky Charms, welcome in. How's it going? How you doing, Ricky Charms? Ha ha, says Ricky Charms with the animated emotes. Yes. All right. So I'm gonna say no. That didn't. I'm gonna say no. um. Okay. So now the next question is, can I use transparent cards? I'm gonna say no. Let me see. All right. Okay. Although before I dismiss the idea, hold on, I gotta try it. Let me just. Um, Thank you, Kelly, for the claps. Felden Kane, Ricky Charms, Chan the Magic Man. Okay, okay, all right. Let's see here. Um, can we do this with clear, transparent cards? Okay. All right. So, boom, boom. All right. Hold on. I'm just gonna rehearse this really quick on my own. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Ready, set. Okay, you're gonna see this, and then we're gonna see this. Okay, and then we're gonna see this, 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 and then, oh my God! Hold on, I think I might have come up with a way to do this with clear. All right, hang on. Ads? Okay, we're in an ad. All right, hold on. I'm going to rehearse this again really quick. All right, guys, this is. I don't want to say groundbreaking because I've seen other people do it, but like I've never done it before. So. Okay, all right. So here's what we would do: reveal, and then 1, 2, 3, boom. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then last one: 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh my God. Hold on. This might look okay, I think. Hopefully. If I don't mess it up. If I mess it up, it'll look terrible, but okay, we're gonna try. Alstro, if this works out, you're brilliant. I'm not gonna do it in the stupid sleeves though. It's gonna be the bare coinage and the clear cards. So anyway, Ricky Charms, how's it going? Welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. All right, let me know when people are back from ads, and then we will attempt the shenanigans. Back? Okay, great. All right. Okay. All right. If I mess this up, this is not like a boss trick or anything because I literally came up with how to potentially do it right now. All right. So it's fine. All right. We're gonna call this Coin Matrix. Thank you for the gigantic emotes. All right. So we're gonna call this Basic Coin Matrix with invisible cards. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and cover each coin with an invisible card, or it's a clear card, right? But what I actually want to do is we're going to go ahead and grab these two cards, and these are the two that I would show first. And so when I show these two, that's basically what I'm doing as part of the first part of the trick, right? Now here's what we're going to do. If I go ahead and I cover them, I'm just going to go 1, 2, and 3. Now, I don't know if you guys saw it actually, but now I'm going to go ahead and do this one. 1, 2, and 3. And then now this last one, 1, 2, and 3. And we can go ahead and reveal. And there we go. Okay, how did that look? Did that look okay? I don't think that's the most perfect, but uh, considering I literally just came up with how I could do it with clear cards just now, I would say not bad, right? Seemed okay? Seemed okay. All right. Oh, slick type of magic trick, says Ricky Charms. Thanks, Ricky Charms. You can thank Alstro Art. Alstro Art inspired that. I almost feel like Alstro Art was also trolling me, but actually a very brilliant idea, I think, in retrospect. So, but so thank you, Alstro Art, for the inspiration, and also Alstro Art. Thank you for the gigantic emotes. I forget if I changed. I remember when the gigantic emotes first came out, and there was like 3 things that it came out with, and I'm just like, wow, I never want this one other thing to happen. And then like I'm like, oh, I don't mind these, but I'm like, why are they different prices? So I just made them the same. I think one was 20 cents and one was like 30 cents, and then I just changed like both of them to be 25 or something because I'm like on screen. So yeah. Oh, okay. Wait. Oh no no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm okay with any one of those happening. I guess. I just. Oh yeah. I made one slightly more expensive. The on screen celebration. Um. Chan says you nailed it. Awesome. Great. So it looked good. All right. That could be a thing to do with clear plastic cards. So, thank you. And let's see. So Ricky Chum says, "Ooh, slick type of magic. That was slick." And Chris M.Ye, welcome in. How's it going? Thanks for the claps. Thanks for the claps. E-room, I nailed it. Thanks, Chan. Ricky Chimes, thanks for the claps. Elster Art, thank you for the on-screen celebration. Adam, welcome in. Crazy Asian of Public Library fame. Not yet. I haven't had it. It's happening in November. But yeah, thanks for the. So guys, if you didn't know, I have a gig to be performing, not just performing. I'm going to be giving like an introduction to sleight of hand at my local library in about a month. So it's happening next month. But that means Adam, you saw my my Facebook post, right? So welcome in, Adam. How's it going? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, and guys, if you're not following our friend Chris MU, please give Chris MU a follow. See, Charlie's Beats has requested Hellman's Aces. All right, excellent. Well, that excitement, yeah. You know, if I was tired from before stream, I'm certainly not tired now. I'm, there's nothing like trying to do a coin matrix with clear cards. That's I'm awake. I'm awake. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ready for Hellman's Aces. I was actually thinking about changing up the order of this. So normally I do it a very specific way to get a certain order, but I was wondering if I should switch up the order. Let me do it with the alternate ordering, and I'm sure most people won't notice any difference, but thanks for the request, Charlie's Beats. All right, so first things first, I've set aside the two jokers. Let me go ahead and give these a little mix there. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. If these two jokers were very good at helping me cheat, they could easily find some cards to help me cheat. And so, first thing, let's go ahead and have them dig deep into the deck for me. So, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell, but look, they've grabbed a card. Now, you might not think that that's magic. That was probably just like skill, right? Because all I did was just dig into the deck and we found one of the aces. Now, this is where it diverges a little bit, and it's mostly just because I feel like this part of the trick, it would not be as powerful as the other part of the trick as I would do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these face down, and look, they can help me cheat and find another ZD Major 7. Welcome in. Thank you, well, my hands are right here. Thank you kindly for the raid. Greatly appreciate it. Currently in the middle of a trick, so we'll finish this out and then we'll properly say hello. So here we go. We found the ace of clubs. Let's put the jokers back. And then we're going to go ahead and find another ace. Now, of course, I always like to use the signed card of the person that requested the trick. In this case, it was Charlie's Beats. So let's do a magical, really long distance. So we're going to try and find the ace. 1, 2, and I don't know if you saw it, but look, they grabbed it from long distance. The deck was over here, and they found Charlie's Beats, signed ace of spades, and that, my friends, is Hellman's Aces. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and welcome in, Raiders. How's it going? ZD Major 7. How are you doing? How was stream? Let me catch up with chat and welcome all the Raiders. Welcome in, Raiders. So thank you for the raid, ZD Major 7. How was the stream? Hopefully it went well, and presuming video game music is my guess. And let's see. Welcome in Charlie's Beats. Welcome in Pinecone. Good to see you. And Charlie's Beats. Let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chandler Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, Feldon Kane. Let's see here. So ZD said, unfortunately, I have to raid and run, but enjoy the stream. All right, ZD Major 7. Thank you for raiding in. Hopefully, you have a wonderful night. Take care. Good to see you. And thank you for bringing your community over. I think most of you guys know me, but if you don't, hi, my name is Nam. I also go by Crazy Asian, spelled this weird way on Twitch, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic, and that's mostly what I do. So let's go ahead and do a trick though with the signed ZD Major 7 card. So that is the 8 of Spades. And I know that ZD has raided in a few times recently, so we're gonna have to do a different trick. So last time I did my usual, like if you are meeting me the first time, but let's go ahead and do a different trick now. Charlie's Beats has requested snap change transpo. All right, excellent. We'll do that after we do this one, which so this one is, I'm gonna update my trick list mostly because I like to keep stats of tricks. So boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and put ZD Major 7 card into the deck here, and then let's give this a shuffle. And we can also mix it up. There we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do something where people who may be OCD may want to look away, because what we're going to do now is we're going to shuffle face up into face down cards, and don't look if this is going to make you queasy. So full disclosure, if anybody is like me, I get queasy when I watch like medical shows on TV, and like they're doing like a medical procedure. But I don't have any issues like watching like action movies where people's brains have been blown out. So it's like it's super weird. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I hate this as Chad the Magic Man. Okay, so here we can just mix those up there. Okay, cool. So there we have it. Now, oh yeah, that's right. So let's go ahead and show you how mixed up and scrambled this is. This is pretty mixed up right now. Some people might not believe it is, but let me just show you here. We have a back to a front. We have a front to a back. We even have a back to a back. I know, right? And so we're just going to go ahead and, you know what? Let's bring out our friend, the deck sock. Hello, deck sock. Can you go ahead and fix this for me? Why? Yes. If you've got the emotes, feel free to use them. Thanks for that. The deck sock emotes, Chan. And I don't know if you can tell, but the deck sock has done the work that a deck sock does. Is that a tongue twister? Deck sock do as a deck sock does as a deck sock deck sock deck. All right, I won't write any children's books, or at least not around the deck sock. But thank you kindly for the deck sock. You with Charlie's Beats and Feldon Kane. Chan's got the lull. But here's what the deck sock has done. The deck sock has repaired every single card and made it facing the same deck sock. You missed one. Oh, are you saying that this is going to be a magical card? Oh, yeah. Because what you're telling me is this will be ZD Major 7 signed 8 of Spades. There we have it. All right, there we go. Nam, if you like sleight of hand, have you ever performed with Envelope 2.0? I have never performed with Envelope 2.0. The only envelope trick I've done is called Impact, I think by Roy Walton, and it's just envelopes with like holes in it. So thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats, Ricky Charms also got the deck sock emote there. All right, so we have a snap change transpo request from Charlie's Beats, and so let's go ahead. So we have an 8 of spades and a queen of hearts here. I'm going to go ahead and leave the queen of hearts down here. Then I'm going to hope that I don't mess this up on stream because I've messed this trick up many times before. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was so bad. All right, but that's okay. We're just going to look. Ta-da. Okay. All right. Oof. Okay. We are going to mulligan that. That's okay. We've probably given away that trick like 20 times. So. Oh. That's okay. That's okay. We'll keep the count. All right. Here we go. 8 of spades, queen of clubs. I put the... Oh, sorry. I said that wrong, right? Yeah, 8 of spades. Oh, no. I said queen of clubs. I meant queen of hearts. All right, here we go. Pretend you didn't see that. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Shh. I've given away that trick like 20 times on stream. Oh, so bad. All right. You know. Okay. I'm just going to mentally reframe, reset. All right. Jimmy says, Chan, I just made my own blue version. I just need to add the little front side that looks like a front of a deck. Oh, okay. Nice. All right, here we go. Now this is going to be the second mulligan, the one that Chan put in. Okay, all right, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. I know, right? Charlie and Chan have the one where I do the sus eyes to the not to the. All right, that one looked okay, I think, but now the secret is out. That's okay. I think that one looked good. That one looked better. Is that okay. Close enough. Thanks for. All right, let me see. Hold on, let me pull out the. All right, let's do it to this camera. This camera is actually slightly less quality. So, all right, and here we go. So we have Gibson eyes. 2. Oh, wait, the eyes are upside down. I did not position those correctly. All right. Okay, let's try that again. Gibson eyes. Anybody ever seen that old meme, Power Thirst? Snake eyes. Okay, here we go. Oh, that one looked clean. All right. And now let's go ahead and change it back from sus Gibson eyes, or Gibson sus eyes, to, oh no, I changed it to this one, and I just revealed how this trick's done again. All right. It's kind of tricky to have like horizontal ones and then have a vertical one. I think that's a tough. Eurum says lol, and Gibson Les got the sus eyes. Charlie's beats. Yeah, I got the sus eyes going to the pog face. Jimmy has requested the Dr. Daly's last trick. Excellent. All right, cool. All right. Hold on. I think I want to do one more version, one more snap change. Okay. All right, guys. This is a practice. Okay, all right. So here I'm going to practice a vertical version of this, okay? So here we go. From Gibson Pog to no, okay, my angle was bad there. But look, it turned into a angle's still bad. So this trick is very angly, guys. So if you didn't know, things that magicians are concerned with oftentimes are viewing angles. So if that is not a thing that you knew about, I'm revealing the secret. Chan the Magic Man says, ah! All right. Ads. Okay, cool. So let me know when ads are over. In the meantime, I can prep for Jimmy's request for Dr. Daly's last trick. It's a relatively simple trick. But I will... Okay, all right. All right, let me know when back from ads. Okay. Cool. In the meantime, if anybody's been sitting around, you've not hydrated in a bit, please feel free to hydrate. So out of the 5 flavors that I got from this new tea place, I've tried 4 of them. I haven't opened one of them yet, so I need to open it soon. It's like a strawberry kiwi tea flavor, and I haven't opened that one yet. But the other ones I think I've had all on stream. So we had the pumpkin spice one, we had indigo punch, which I think indigo punch is like one of my favorites from there. And then we have orange passion fruit, and we have blood orange. As so, I got 2 orange ones because I'm like, I like fruity, citrusy ones. Okay, so oh, and I forgot I even prepped for another trick, and then I never did it. So we can do that in a minute. But I prepped for an off-menu trick. So all right, Jimmy is back. All right, great. I didn't want to start without Jimmy because this is Jimmy's request. So all right, so Jimmy, this is a slightly extended version than from the original, mostly because I like to start with a prefix of it a little bit. So, all right, so we have 4 cards here, and the 4 cards are the 4 aces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, before I do any magic, if I were to place the ace of spades here, you can follow along. If I place the ace of clubs here, and I place the other 2 aces. If I don't do any magic, where would you say the ace of spades is? I think a lot of people would say here, and that is obviously the correct answer because I didn't do any magic. And so, however, let me go ahead and do the exact same thing with magic. And so, once again, I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of spades here. And then we're going to go ahead and place the ace of clubs here. So the 2 black aces are over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and place the other 2 aces down here. But now you know what? Not me. Let the deck sock do some magic. The deck sock will now dance. You know, the deck sock has been watching River Dance. So, but now, where would you guess the ace of spades is? If you guessed over here, you were incorrect. If you even thought that it would be here, that's also incorrect because neither of these 2 are the black aces. They are the 2 red aces. And if we come down and take a look, this is now indeed. So if you thought this was the ace of spades, nope, that is the ace of clubs. The ace of spades is here. Ta-da! And so that, my friends, is Dr. Daly's last trick. So there we go. I vaguely remember recording a tutorial for this. The question is, did I put it up? But if I did, it's probably, let me see here, a reveal. Yeah, Daly's last trick full tutorial. Oh, okay. I have a video up. It is a members only video on my, so if anybody wants to learn how to do this, you can here, but you need to be a channel member on YouTube. So at the magician level. I have 2 levels, but one of them is supporter and the other one's out. But anyway, so yeah, tutorial for that trick, Daly's last trick. I teach everything that is required. But anyway, thank you for the request, Jimmy Page, and hopefully you enjoyed. So there you go. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Feldon Kane, Charlie's Beats. All right. And Jimmy said same spot. All right. So yeah, nope. The deck sock does it all. Deck sock. Everybody get your own deck sock. There's the All right, let's see. Next up, Charlie has requested Triumph Squared. All right. So let's go ahead and shuffle this up. Oh, actually, I can shuffle up on camera. There you go. All right. So I'm going to cut the deck into about 2 roughly equal piles. They don't have to be identical, but just roughly the same is perfectly fine. All right. First things first, we will need 1 card selected from this pile. So if anybody would like to, if you're on desktop, go ahead, click directly on the screen. You should be able to mark one of these cards. It appears as though we got one. Excellent. So this one right here, it doesn't matter that I see it because so I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. So this is the Jack of Diamonds. So we'll put it back kind of roughly where it was. So here we go. Jack of Diamonds. Okay. And then what we are going to do is we're going to need another card selected from this deck. Let me go ahead and clear the heat maps here, and we will get a second card selected. Go ahead and click, if you're on desktop, go ahead and click directly on screen, and one of these should be selected now. And oh, it looks like the one at the very top. All right, so here we go. That is the 8 of Hearts. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just cut that into the middle. You'll still see that the 8 of Hearts is. Now here's what we're going to do. We are now going to shuffle. So for anybody who hasn't figured it out, there are tricks called triumph tricks, and you end up shuffling face up into face down cards all the time. So I'm now going to shuffle face up into face down cards. Here we go. And we will cleanly push them in together and line them all up and square them. And let's cut. Let's cut. Let's cut. And then we will do one more cut just for good measure. Here we go. Okay. However, now, you know what? We've been bringing the deck sock over all night, so let's bring the deck sock back over. Hey guys, here's the deck sock. Ta-da! And so, the deck sock will now do its magic. I don't want to say do the devil's work because, you know, it's in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and eat this here. Delicious. Kaio Demon, welcome in. How's it going, Kaio Demon? Good to see you. Kaio Demon's got the deck sock emotes. Now if we show you, the entire deck has fixed itself. Every single card's facing in the exact same direction, except for two. And what were the two? Well, certainly they were going to be the 8 of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds. And that, my friends, is Pogger is so good. Yeah. And that is yeah, that's Harapan Ong's version of Triumph, so Triumph squared. Does it have to be a perfect riffle shuffle for this trick to work? No, no. This is very imperfect. You can do this like the let me see. Are there's like 2 sleights that you need, and they don't even have to be that good. Like so you just have to know the procedure, but otherwise, yeah. Not my secret to give away, but yeah. So Harapan Ong has a book that he published called Principia, and it's printed as though it's like a science textbook. So when you get it, it's like this big bright orange book, and it has like things on the front cover that make it look like it might be like a science book because like one of the first books that was published by, was it Isaac Newton, was like a Principia, right? And so he wanted to model it after that. But if you actually look at the table of contents and stuff inside of this book, the way that it's arranged is that there's sections. So like there's fundamentals, like you know, easier tricks or tricks that have some like basic things, and then he has a more advanced section after that, and then he has like a section for like other tricks that are more involved. But at the end of each like card trick explanation, there's like additional questions like you might see at the end of a textbook to be like, oh, okay, so it's like to help you remember the material or something, or like if you wanted to go beyond this, this is what you could do or think about. And I was like, oh, that's a super cool way. And when I learned that, like, so Harapan Ong is a Singaporean magician, but he's a teacher by day, and then he's a magician by, well, everything else outside of being a teacher. So, but he published this book, and it's super awesome. I definitely recommend. Is this in one of his? I have no idea. I've never taken any. So the only master class that I've taken that's a magic related master class was the Penn and Teller one, because I got like a free membership after gifting somebody else a master class, and I was like, oh, let me check out the Penn and Teller magic one. But Otherwise, no. Yeah, this is from that book Principia that I mentioned. So yeah, it has a geometry on the cover. Yes, yes, that's the correct one. Yep. So thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Felden Kane. So yeah, I really respect him for the fact that like he thinks out his tricks very well. He has great presentations. Um, he organized the information in this book. Like, you have to understand, like, if you see any old magic books, a lot of them are, by today's standards, very poorly written. So I'm just like, man, if we had some modern magic books, and there are a lot of modern magic books now, but it's like I'd been reading some pretty terrible, like, and I'm just like, oh, this is so difficult. And then it's like, yeah, first time hearing of him, I'll give it a try. Yeah, if you just search up like Harapan Ong, and just like search for tricks on YouTube, on Instagram, you'll see him doing a bunch of his tricks. He was one of the first people that I saw. He had gaff cards that he put Among Us characters on, and he did an Among Us themed trick, and I'm like, awesome! Like, it didn't really matter that it was like a nerdy geeky game, but it was just like he's retheming like an existing trick, and I'm like, oh, I recognize kind of that trick, and then he changed the story and told the story. I'm like, yo, and that I don't think like I was already doing some stuff already where I'm coming up with my own tricks or retheming tricks, but like just to solidify, oh yeah, I want to do what that guy does. So, oh, I seen that. Awesome. Yeah. So that's Harapan Ong for you if you've never heard of him. Actually, our buddy Hallowthorn, if anybody hasn't seen everybody else on Magic Twitch, Hallowthorn is also a Singaporean magician and has hung out with Harapan. So, yeah, super cool. Is stand up Monty your favorite Monty? No, I don't do stand up Monty actually. It's a couple of my Magic friends' favorite Monty, but it is not mine. I think probably my favorite Monty is just color Monty. Like, it's just simpler 3 card versions. Chan says I like it. Oh yeah, thanks for shouting out Hallowthorn, Chan. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, our friend Ben Hallowthorn is a working magician in Singapore and is friends with Harapan. So all right, cool. Yeah, I don't do stand up Monty. I don't perform stand up Monty. I probably have stuff for stand up Monty, but I don't do it. So yeah, but a couple of my other Magic friends love it. 2 of them do it all the time. One of them does it like as part of his standard walk around. Um, and he works at a restaurant once a week. He has his standing gig once a week at a restaurant here, and I think that's part of his walk around repertoire. Stand up Monty. What about Ultimate Oil and Water? I'm not sure which one Ultimate Oil and Water is. I'm familiar with like 6 versions of Oil and Water, so not sure. My preferred Oil and Water. Chris M. says this is an interesting discussion. I'm gonna DM you. All right, either me or I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm totally, yeah. I mean, Chris knows you can message me anytime. It's fine. Anthony Owen. All right, let me see if I can pull up Anthony Owen Oil and Water and see if I recognize it, and I will let you know. Anthony Owen Ultimate Oil and Water. Okay, let me just let me see here. I don't want to get it dinged here. Let me mute. Okay. All right. I'm just fast forwarding through his. Uh, I'm not familiar with this version of Oil and Water. I can tell already that it's similar to other ones because so the versions that I like typically have the same number of cards that are shown to the spectator than the actual version. This one I can tell immediately just by his handling is that that is not. So DM, no, I don't know. What magic I'm doing. Okay. About the lack of accessibility written magic. Oh, Chris and Mew, yeah. Send me anything and everything that you want to send me about lack of accessibility with written magic books. Yeah. I bought the trick, but I can't do the third phase of the trick. Okay, all right. Well, tell you what, Jimmy, if I remember, let me make a note. I can review it, and then I can see what's up, and we can talk about it either next time, or if you join the Discord, I can give you my opinion probably sooner. But yeah, there we go. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna drop it into my Discord magic, or sorry, magic performance section. Okay. All right. Num to look at this trick. Okay. All right. We'll go from there. I can send you what you need about the trick and we talk it over. It's okay. I'll hit up this. All right, cool. All right. I mean, yeah, before you send me anything, I want to watch the performance. I can probably figure it out. I've hopefully seen enough card magic. Uh, Even if there's anything weird. So I had one of my magic friends on YouTube performed a trick and he messaged me and asked, "Hey, hey, what is this? What do you think is happening here?" And I gave him like two things that I think are happening, and one of them was like spot on exactly what was happening. Full disclosure, if you ever think magnets are involved, magnets are involved. Like, Iced Flame X, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Good to see you, Iced Flame X. Guys, if you're not following our friend Ice Flame X, please give Ice Flame X a follow. Also, the queue is empty if anybody would like to request any tricks. Oh yeah, that's right. With all the shenanigans related to pinning things, I think I covered all the pins, right? We're all good, right? So we unpinned this, so I'll just pin it back if anybody wants to request any tricks. Okay. Whoops. Ah, damn it. I unpinned. As soon as I pinned it, I unpinned it. I really hate that. It's like, I don't understand why you can't just make it. Ah, okay, there we go. No, I pinned the wrong thing, guys. Guys, I'm I am falling apart here. Okay, manually pin. Don't click that. Okay, okay, all right. I pinned the correct thing. All right, guys. Streaming and modding is hard. So, all right, okay. Oh, it looks as though we have a request for Chicago opener, and then it also looks like we're going to be using Magic the Gathering cards, but I don't think I use that for the Chicago opener. So we'll do Chicago opener, and then we will do some tricks with Magic the Gathering cards. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and get ready to rumble. Okay. Um, all right. Let's go ahead and, oh yeah, let me do this as well. Okay. All right. Here we go. And we're taking a quick ad break. So let's go ahead and let me also put in a placeholder for Kaio Demon's Magic the Gathering. So choice. And then also I'm waiting for the ad break to finish. So let's see here. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do with Magic the Gathering cards. All right, cool. So we have that in there. Actually, we could also do Charlie's Beats with Magic the Gathering cards. Yeah, it's hard to do this particular one. Ads just wrapped up, says Jimmy. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. And then I see Ice Flame X has requested Revolver. Excellent. Okay, cool. So we have We have a full queue. All right, excellent. Okay, first things first. We need a card selected, so I'm just gonna spread these. If anybody would like to click directly on the screen, and if you are on desktop, and you can go ahead and get a heat map to show up. That will be the selection. Sepher Stern, welcome in. How's it going? Good morning. Good morning. Wait, what time? So it's super late here. That means you are either on the other side of the world or you're waking up really early in Europe. I vaguely remember you were in a different time zone, but now I'm trying to figure out where you are. It looks like we have two selections. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one out, and then we're gonna go ahead and I think it was this one. Okay, guys, we're gonna go a little bit off of the beaten track, and we are going to attempt to do this trick with two cards. All right, so all right, here we go. Oh wait, before I lose them, I should probably show you guys what the cards are. All right, I'm gonna let me eat the heat map so we get those out of the way here. Delicious. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes, turn my head, reveal both of these cards. We'll give you guys a second, make sure somebody's got it. All right, now I'm going to... This is the problem with if I don't leave my hands on them. I'm going to turn the cards back face down. Opening my eyes, turning my head back. Hopefully somebody's got them. All right. Okay, first card. Let's go ahead and lose that into the middle of the deck. Okay, hopefully you guys remember which card this is. Okay, and now let's go ahead and change that card back to be a red. Okay, do we remember what this card was? It's okay to tell me now. Six of hearts? All right, excellent. 6 of hearts. Okay, great. All right, so 6 of hearts. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and put the 6 of hearts back into the middle of the deck here. Okay, so there it is. Now, here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and take this card. We're going to go ahead and place it into the middle of the deck, like so. By the way, this is not the original version of Chicago Opener. We're winging it because normally there's only one selection. But here we go. And now we're going to spread. There we go. One red card. We knew that was there, but that was the 3, right? Or sorry, that was the 6. Hold on. No, it's a king. I don't know where 3 came from. I know. I'm literally reading something over here and it says 3 minutes and I'm just like, oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. All right. So, king of clubs, right? Okay, excellent. All right. So, now we're going to need, what does the red hot mama mean about the trick? Oh, I don't know. It's whoever wrote it, but actually linked a link about the history of this trick in my Discord. So if you go into my Discord, into the Magic Performance channel, like 2 links back, it's called The Origin of the Name Chicago Opener. It's just an alternate name for the trick. But yeah, the naming is super weird. Anyway, okay, so now we're going to need another card selected. Let's pretend it's, it doesn't really matter. You can stop anywhere. Let's say it's this one. Okay. I'm going to close my eyes and tilt the card. Hopefully you guys see that. Hopefully you see that. And okay, excellent. I'm going to open my eyes, turn my head back. Hopefully somebody got it. Oh yeah, hold on, we didn't snap. I'm going to try and turn that card to be red. Oh wait. No. Well, you know what? Let's bring the deck sock out. The deck sock can totally help me in this situation. Deck sock, can you fix the deck, please? Okay. I think the card that we just showed should be turning red. No? Okay. Iced Flame X, thank you so much for the gift sub to Jimmy Page. I'll put my hands up here for a second. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you know what? Hey, can somebody tell me what that card that we randomly stopped at and we showed? What was that card? But Ice Flame X, thank you so much for the gift sub. What? I've never gifted a sub here before? Um, I think you have. It's just, did I change it? I think I might have changed it to be, is it monthly? It resets monthly, right? I think. I might have changed that. I think it was like lifetime, and then I changed it to monthly. I'm pretty sure you've gifted subs here before. Ice Flame. All right. Hopefully, was this card... Wait, this card was a 6, and then it was a king. But now, if I show you, was the final card a 3 of spades? Yeah, I think it was, right? 3 of spades. Good job, Deck Sock. Deck Sock knows, as Deck Sock does. Let's see. Actually, I know I've given bits before, but I'm not sure about subs. Oh, okay. Oh, was it because you never had the badge? Yeah, the badge would know. So yeah, if you definitely didn't have the badge before, then yeah, you probably didn't. I know. Yeah, you've given bits here before, I think, for sure. I don't even have to think. I know you have given bits here. But thank you so much for the gift sub. Um, let's see. While we are, I've got to. Where did I put the Twitch deck? Okay, hold on. We gotta have to find Iced Flame X's King of Spades. Thank you for the gift sub, Iced Flame X. Greatly appreciate it. I'm just surprised I hadn't yet. Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. If I'd been streaming for like a month, I'd probably remember everything. I realized the other day I've been streaming for like 22, 23, 24, 25. Hold on. Have I been streaming for 3 years? No, I started, yeah, 20. What year is it? 2025? I don't even remember. It's been like 3 years, I think, since I've been streaming. So yeah, I don't know. I don't remember everything now. Anyway, thank you so much, Iceland I do appreciate it very much, and I'm sure Jimmy does too. And yeah, thank you. Let's see here. Next up, we have a Magician's Choice, and we're going to be using Magic the Gathering cards. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can. You know what? I have not done one of these yet. So let's get all. I'm just getting a bunch of basic lands. I need to simulate like enough cards for a deck, but without making a full deck. Okay. Okay. All right. So, um, I'm just surprised that. Oh, how much longer are you going to stream for? Oh, good question. I mean, we're definitely going to finish out the queue. Oh, are you leaving at some point, Ice Flame? I can do your trick next, actually, if you want. I can bump up Revolver. Hopefully everybody else is okay with that. So we can do that next, and then because if you have to go, I totally understand. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. But I mean, I'm willing to stream for as long as I'm both having fun and because I don't really have, I think, anything pressing. I have to help my father-in-law do a computer thing, basically. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. I'm just curious. You don't have to do that. No, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Okay. All right. Here we go. Also, this will make because then I can switch over to the Magic cards, Magic the Gathering cards, and I don't have to switch back to regular cards. So. All right, guys. We have the Ace of Diamonds, the Two of Diamonds, Three of Diamonds, and the Four of Diamonds, and we are going to shoot off. OBS disconnected on me, and then oh, there's my stream reconnected on me. Oh my god. All right, hold on. Let's. Oh, welcome back. Thank you. All right. Okay. Cool. Um, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh yeah, we're gonna just do that trick really quick, and then we'll. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna snooze for 5 minutes so I can get through this trick. All right. Here we go. So, welcome back to the E-Room and Sapphire Stern. All right, here we've got Ace of Diamonds, Two of Diamonds, Three of Diamonds, and Four of Diamonds. And what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and fire off each bullet, and we're going to go ahead and fire off the first one, in this case the Ace. So here we go. Everybody make your finger gun, and then we go. This is like the sound effect that E-Room loves to come into chat with. Do we have it? Do we get it? Okay. It's a bang. All right, so here we go. So we have the three, oh, E-Room, you got it. You got it. Here we go. Here's the three, here's the two, here's the four, and the ace turns itself over. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do the second one. So everybody make your finger gun and go. Do you know what it is now? Bang! E-Room's got it. So here we have the three, the four, and the two is now face down. And then we're going to go ahead and fire off our third bullet. E-Room's just counting. E-Room's got the bang! And now that will be the three. He's got bang, bang, bang. There you go. So here we have the four, the ace, the two, and now the three has turned itself face down. And then, of course, we have the final one. And this is going to be the last. Bang! Thanks, E-Room. E-Room got all of them. And so here we have a two, an ace. There's our four, and here's our three. Now, if I go ahead and I flip the four back over, I can show you that we have the ace, the two, the three, and the four. But what you may not know is that even though it looks as though after each bullet all the cards were bloodied because the backs were red, they were not. Because if I show you, all the backs were blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 blue backs. And that, my friends, is Revolver. Thank you kindly for that request, Ice Flame X, and thank you kindly for all those bangs, E-Room. Guys, E-Room knows how to bang. If you didn't see his, if you didn't see E-Room's clip of seeing an eggplant balloon in a parking lot, which I'm trying not to say bad words on stream, even though I already have before, and it's not a big deal. But you know what? I'm late night here. It's like, yeah. If anybody didn't see it, it's I think we linked it in my Discord. If you go to memes or funny things, it's that room. It's never really a party until you get a D asterisk CK balloon. So you can watch that. All right, cool. So, where were we? Oh, yes, Magic the Gathering. All right, Coyote Demon. Sorry, it's been a moment to get to this. So, what we have here. Oh, wait. Where did I put the. I've already set aside some magic cards. These are not the ones I actually set aside. I set aside these ones. Okay. So, here's what we are going to do. I'm going to show you that we have. Oh, I should probably turn them this way, right? Okay. So, we have 4 sleight of hands, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sleight of hands. I'm going to go ahead and turn them all over except for this one. And I'm going to leave this one down here. And we are going to go ahead and place the other sleight of hands out like this. And I'm going to go ahead and place a few cards onto each pile, like so. We'll turn this one back over. Boom. 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 Okay. We'll square every pile up. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the sleight of hand from this pile and place it into this pile. Now we knew that this one was here, and the other cards, those are just lands. There's an island, there's a mountain. But here's the other sleight of hand. Excellent, because now if I show you, there's actually no sleight. These are all basic lands. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the other sleight of hand and place it back into this pile. And now if I show you, we have a sleight of hand, there's a mountain, there's a sleight of hand, and another sleight of hand. Oh yeah, because if I show you everything in this, there's no sleight of hands here. And then finally, let's take that last one and place it here. And look, we have sleight of hand, 1 sleight of hand, 2 sleight of hand, 3 sleight of hand, and 4 sleight of hand. Now, some people think that I'm using sleight of hand. Haha, pun intended. But I'm going to go ahead and if you were here, I could ask you, once I put the sleight of hand into this packet, you could place your hand on top of that. And so I now have 3 sleight of hand right here. But I would tap my cards on top of your hand, and we would get 1, 2, and 3. Because now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we take a look at all of these, none of these are sleight of hand. They are all basic lands, and if you were wondering the rest of the deck is all also basic lands. None of them are sleight of hand, except for the 4 that we had. And that, my friends, is an ace assembly using sleight of hand as the ace assembly. I'm actually going to use a different, yeah, here we go. We're going to do this, do that. I'm going to clear that. Okay, cool. Then we did this. Okay, excellent. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats, Ice Flame X, Felden Kane, Gibson Len, Sapphire Stern, Ice Flame X, that's crazy! And then, of course, you can't choose this card. All right, so we can do that with Magic the Gathering cards as well. So I will go ahead and do that. So I'm going to call this, you can't choose the sleight of hand. So here, I'm going to show you we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm going to show you each one. So here, we've got a sleight of hand. And then I'm going to show you we've got sleight of hand. Confirmed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Magic Set. Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my god. We can talk about that in a second. Sleight of hand, and then of course this card on the top right here, also sleight of hand. So they are all sleight of hand. However, can you find the sleight of hand? Because now if I spread them out, where would you guess that the sleight of hand is if you thought there was only one? Or are they all sleight of hand? All right, so yeah, guys, if you are into Magic the Gathering and Universes Beyond, they've confirmed that they're going to be releasing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Magic the Gathering cards. Which I was reading an article today about how the number of Magic sets that feature New York City specifically is greater than a lot of other actual fantasy planes that are in Magic the Gathering's lore universe. I was like, oh my god, yeah, because after this comes out, then there will be, I think, I forgot what the number was, like 6 or 7 sets that were based in New York City. It's just like, oh man, crazy. All right, so we're taking a quick ad break. All right, so I guess if you had guessed that it was here, you were incorrect. This is a basic land. That's a forest. If you guessed that the sleight of hand was here, you're incorrect. That's an island. If you guessed that the sleight of hand is here, that is incorrect. That is a mountain. And if you guessed that the sleight of hand is here, that is also incorrect. That is a swamp. And that, my friends, is you can't choose the sleight of hand. Now, deep down inside, if you want to know the secret of this trick, yeah, the secret is that I use 5 cards instead of 4. But let me show you the 5th card is right here, and it's actually not a sleight of hand because in Magic you need to have 5 colors of mana, so that's a plains. And that, my friends, is a slightly altered version of you can't choose this card. Weird, weird. Okay, let's see what else So I'll wait for the ad break to finish, and then we can do some more if anybody wants Magic the Gathering card tricks while I have these out. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, E-Room. That just confused me even more. Yeah, when I'm thinking about Magic, because here's the thing, right? With a regular deck of cards, there are 4 suits. But with Magic the Gathering, there are 5 colors. And so I think of like, you can argue that there's 6 colors, but yeah. So there's this deck of cards. It's not really a true deck of cards, but like, it's a game that created something that looks like a deck of playing cards, but with 5 suits. The 5th suit being a star, and I think it's called 5 Crowns. And I bought like a 5 Crowns deck just to have it, but I'm like, what magic tricks could I do with it? And the card quality is relatively god awful for handling. That I'm like, oh, I can never really do any tricks with these cards. But it's like a way to have 5 suits. And I will just admit that Magic the Gathering cards are just better to do it than these 5 crown cards, which is really unfortunate for 5 crowns. Like if they created a 5 suit deck, I would buy one if it was just a good quality deck to just do magic tricks with. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Eru, Felden Kane. And sorry for confusing you more, Ice Play Max. All right, let me see if I can see what else we can do here. Now that I've separated a bunch. You know, I should just grab some more basic lands, and then I can use that as it's because like the one problem with using a stack of magic cards, some people are like, "Oh, you could have like 20 of these," and I'm like, "Well, I guess I could." All right. Okay. All right. One-Eyed Jack Sandwich. What cards are the best for doing tricks? Deep down inside, it's whatever cards feel the best for you. Basically, any like quality playing cards is probably good enough. The reason why I use bicycles is that they are very consistent. They are relatively high quality for the cost. Like a regular deck, if you buy it by itself, is probably somewhere between $2 to $4. Some places sell it for $5 for one deck, and I'm like, that's dumb. I just buy in bulk anyway. So if I buy like a 12 pack brick or like a 24 pack or something, it usually comes down to like $2 or slightly less per deck. But if you get like other decks of cards, unless they're made by U.S. PCC, so United States um, Card Printing Company, then there's a few other places like Cartamundi. There's like Theory 11 has really good quality decks. I forget who prints them. I don't think it's USPCC. They might be. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But yeah, like premium decks of cards for cardistry or for magicians, those all be pretty good. Some of them have a different feel, but I just use bicycles for the most part because they just are relatively cheap for good consistency. The amazing part is I can take any cards from one bicycle deck and put them in another bicycle deck, and they are exactly the same. Like they are cut exactly the same. There's sometimes when you mix and match like decks, if they're not from the same print run or something, then like the card might be slightly bigger or smaller, or you could tell that it's from a different deck or whatever. But like I've never had that issue with like USPCC printed cards. So um, the other thing is that you saw a bunch of cards that I used tonight. You know that I use blank cards sometimes, and like a lot of the like cards for magicians are printed in a style of bicycle cards, and so that's another reason. So if I have a bunch of those, if I don't have bicycle decks, then I won't be able to nicely use them. Like for example, if I'm using like one of my decks, like my Star Wars deck from Theory 11, it'll have all this cool artwork, but then if I wanted to use like a blank card, but its back is just a regular bicycle back, I won't be able to use it, right? So okay, all right. So I need to figure out a way to do this one-eyed Jack sandwich thing. Let's go ahead and swap out some cards here. Okay. All right, awesome. Let's see if I can do this with this. All right. Okay, first things first, we have, so all of these are basic lands, so none of these should match any of these cards. These are all completely unique. So we have two sleight of hands, which will act as our one-eyed Jack sandwiches. And then we have a card called Cheaty Face. So a big giveaway for this is like these are all black bordered cards. This is a silver border. There's a picture of a genie on it, or a djinn, as they would say in Magic. I guess the creature type is Ifrit, but um, and it's a creature. For those of you who are into Magic, you know what a creature is, but for everybody else, that's how you tell this card apart. Now, importantly, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the basic lands. I'm going to go ahead and put a random card in between the two sleight of hands. All right. The important thing is that all we need to know is that this card that's in between here is a basic land. There's no possible way it could be this cheaty face, right? Now, if I was doing this with a regular deck of cards, this could be a signed card. So I'm not going to sign the cheaty face because I'm going to go ahead and cut those sleight of hands into the deck. And importantly, it's not near the top or anything. But I'm now going to take the cheaty face and we will cut this into the middle of the deck. And now we'll let Decksock do the magic. Decksock, go ahead and do the magic on the Magic the Gathering deck. And we'll give that a second while I take a sip of tea. But now, if I go ahead and I spread, you will see that there's one card in between the two sleight of hands. Not surprising because we stuck a card in there. But what are the odds that it is the card that it couldn't possibly have been? In this case, the cheaty face. There's no possible way. Wink, says Feldenkane. No possible way. And there we go, my friends. And that is One-Eyed Jack Sandwich with Magic the Gathering cards. This is almost freeing having like an almost deck-sized uh, bunch of cards. Because like I don't do like all tricks with a full deck, but like there are a lot of tricks that require a bunch of cards. Like this isn't quite a full deck to be equivalent to regular cards, but like a Magic the Gathering card is like almost maybe 2 to 3 times as thick as a playing card. If anybody who didn't know, especially if you're not into Magic the Gathering cards are made with 3 layers, and so if you were good enough to like splice the card like down the middle like this, you can peel off the front, you can peel off the back, and then the center core is like a completely black, opaque, like solid color so that way people can't hold their cards up to the light and see through it. Um, so that is some. If you didn't know about Magic the Gathering cards, that's something that's true about most collectible card game cards. With with regular playing cards, there's oftentimes just like 2 layers, the front and the back. And so if you were to split this, you would just have like basically just a front and the back. And you can peel off each one individually, but it would be just adhering to the other side and not like there's nothing in the middle, basically. Anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Charlie's Beats, Felden Kane, and for the Wowie, Sapphire Stern. All right. I had actually set up for a trick like a long time ago for, I don't know if Jimmy's still here, but this is it using some of another trick deck. But now that you know, I guess I've given away part of the magic. Okay. Okay, this one's off menu, but this one is called, let's see, a non-list song. Cheek to cheek. Sorry, I was reading. It's not actually a song, it's just a trick. Okay, so all right. Okay, so I have a deck here. Here's what I want to do. We are going to be, what I would like to do is, we're going to need a card selected from the deck. And so, you know what? But here's what I am going to do first. I'm going to go ahead and flip half of the deck face up and leave the other half face down. And I'm going to shuffle them both together first before we do a card selection. Okay, so now you guys can see for real that the face-up cards are indeed going into the face-down cards. And I'm going to push them together cleanly. Okay, now at this point, I would like somebody in chat to go ahead and, if you can, if you're on desktop, click on or you can name a card that you see face up. So if somebody wants to just name one, if you want to click on the heat map, if you are on desktop, you can. Feel free. Up to you. And in the interim, I'm going to sip a tea. And this is, as far as I know, a never before seen trick on my channel because I've never done this particular trick on Twitch. I've done it for my YouTube channel, but I hope the heat map is working. Is the heat map working? Am I still streaming? Am I still connected? I don't feel like I'm getting any feedback from... Okay, nope, I see my stream still going, so... Alright. Okay, alright, I do need we're gonna... Okay, so we needed to get a face-up card here, so let's choose between one of these two. Okay, well, let's go ahead and pick one of those. Oh, Sapphire's turn says 5 of hearts. All right. Oh, or 7 of hearts. Oh, okay, okay. You know what? we're gonna do this with 2 cards, okay? So Sapphire's turn's got the 5 of hearts, and whoever chose the heat map got the 7 of hearts, okay? So, all right. So first things first, you see that the half of the cards are here, pointing this way, and then like if we show you the other half on this side, okay? So um, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and take both of these cards and stick them into the deck like so. Okay. And now let's bring our friend the deck sock over. And so the deck sock will do something magical to the deck, okay? Before you correct the cards. Hold on. Before I correct the cards, I haven't done anything. Deck sock, you didn't do anything, right? Shh. Welcome in, Mark Rides. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. Delicious. Okay, I'm stretching deck sock out. You know, right before. Can I redeem Scandalous Shuffle with a messed up deck? Uh, nah, no, not in the middle of a trick. Let me. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and correct this deck with the deck sock. There you go. And I don't know if you can tell, but now the deck sock has successfully fixed the deck. Every card is facing the correct direction. Every single card except for the 7 of hearts and the 5 of hearts. That, my friends, is cheek to cheek. Never before done on my stream. That was the first time. So there we go. Off menu trick. All right. Cool. All right. Mark Rides, welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Good to see you. Yeah. This, I do not want to do a Scandalous Shuffle with a deck that's kind of like half midway messed up during the trick. I would, yeah. Thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room, and nice one. And Feldenkane's got the deck sock, and Sapphire Stern's got the mind blown. I would say don't lose any sleep, Sapphire Stern. Everything that you see here is sleight of hand and presentation. None of it is real magic. And if you think it is real magic, sleight of hand is the best cover story ever. So. But anyway, if Jimmy is still here, that was an example of another uh, of something that he asked for earlier on stream. Okay, all right. So you know what? There's an ad break, but if we want, you know, I don't normally ever get to do my own Scandalous Shuffles. So let's go ahead and just do a Scandalous Shuffle for fun where I get to pick things. So I'm going to pull out, you know what might be funny? Oh no, that one's not open. All right, we're gonna use these big cards. And I had at one point a while ago, I had gotten Bluey playing cards. If you don't know what or who Bluey is a character from an Australian cartoon featuring a dog. Here's the Bluey family. They are known as the Healers, and these have various characters on them. They all have ranks, but none of them have suits. So, anyway, we are going to scandalously shuffle these two together while we're doing the ad break. So here we go. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know what a scandalous shuffle is, This started a long time ago because somebody was like, "Hey, can you shuffle those two together?" I know that Mark Rides and eRoom used to like to redeem this a bunch, but the person that did not like it is checking the gaff meter. So I don't know if checking the gaff meter is around, but if you are, you might want to close your eyes. And so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle bluey cards with these gigantic cards together. And now here we have, I would say poorly shuffled, but I mean, they're big cards together. So there you go. There's a scandalous shuffle for you guys. For free. Nobody had to redeem that one. I chose all this stuff. And now we get to go through the painstaking process of unshuffling them. This one's not that painstaking, honestly. It's way nicer when so like eRoom would used to tell me like use this weird shaped one and do it upside down with half and then do it this other way with the other half and just like, so thank you eRoom. I noticed that eRoom has stopped it, so I don't know if you. I look honestly, I'm okay with them eRoom if you want to continue doing them. But if you're just like I've come up with, I no longer have new ways to shuffle. That's fine too. eRoom's like lol. Thank you kindly for the claps, eRoom. Yeah. So here's how these should normally look. Shuffling, and then here's how this should normally look. So even just shuffling like big cards is kind of cumbersome, right? New idea, lol. Need new idea. Oh, I see. Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's see here. I have the jumbo cards out. You guys know what happens when I have the jumbo cards out, and I'm like, oh, I already took them out of the box. Should I do something with them? All right. Let's see. Oh, look, jacks are right there. Okay. Let's see. One of the ones that I really like to do, kind of like with the jumbo cards, is this one. Okay, so here we've got one jack, two jack, three jack, four jack. How many times would you need to scandalous shuffle with a pharaoh cut each time to get them back to where the two decks are separated, or one deck on top, one on bottom? Oh, okay. So by mathematics, with a 52 card deck, it usually takes 8 perfect pharaoh shuffles. But if we were to effectively double that, because Mark Rod, you're asking if you have two decks, so that'd be 104 cards. I would presume that it would have to be, uh, it's either going to be 8 or 12 or 16. I don't know because I've never really like people only study the mathematics for a 52 card deck for the purposes of gambling and not so much for like magic. But I think yeah, it would probably be either somehow I feel like it'd have to be binary related, right? So I guess I don't know. 12 doesn't make sense, but it's probably either I'm guessing it's either 8, 12, or 16 times is my guess. Not 64. What about 8 squared? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Could it be? I'm hoping that you would be able to get back cuz like that's a good question. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and leave the jack of spades over here for a second, and we will go ahead and show you the other three jacks on the top here. Man, having huge cards is a pain in the butt. Okay, so all right. So just holding these cards is a pain in the butt. Okay. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and take each jack and place them into different places in the deck. Here we go. One. This one's going towards the bottom. This one's going to go towards the middle. This one's going to go towards the top. Not too close to the top. They're all going to go in there. This one will gather them all together and say, hey guys, we need to get out. And they are all going to gather at the top of the deck. And I usually make this as a story to, rob a bank and get away in a helicopter, but we'll do the helicopter anyway, but I didn't really tell the story this time. Sorry. But yeah, there's no other jacks in the deck. Those are the only four. They could be signed. Big decks are way more expensive than regular decks, though. Okay, hold on. I do want to think about the math about Mark Rides' request. Hold on. So let me see. How many times do you need? Okay, so if we have a 52 card deck and 8 times is what it would take to completely Pharaoh shuffle and unshuffle them. This just might be a question for ChatGPT or okay. Hold on. I'm just asking the internet first. Okay, there's a formula and oh wait, there's a Pharaoh Shuffle Wikipedia page. Hold on. Number of in-shows required to return deck to end in or original order is given multiplicative of 2 modulo n plus 1. Okay. So therefore, all right, I don't know the actual answer, but it looks like I think my assumption is incorrect about the number of Pharaoh shuffles. Anyway, if anybody wants to input numbers into an equation, there's your homework. Hold on, I'm just going to drop this into my general chat. We discussed this on stream today. All right. Up all right. Thanks for clipping the upside down sus, Bert. All right. All right. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, I got some messages. Oh, okay. I just saw Chris's message. Thanks, Chris, if you're still here. All right. Cool. All right. Now that we've gone through all of those things, all right, let's do a last call if anybody wants to see any more magic. The queue is empty. Now's a good time. I'm thinking about ending in shortly, so feel free to request anything. And then we'll still do a finale trick. And let me see what I want to do tonight for the finale trick. I'm putting the jumbo deck away. We did do, oh, I do want to record that trick as well. So we'll get credit for that. It looks like Charlie's Beats has requested a trick called Hair Razor. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, my hair is starting to get a little bit long, so maybe in a couple months I might be able to start putting it in a ponytail again. So we shall see. Okay. Beth kind of sort of says, I got super tired and dozed off, but kind of been hearing in the background. Awesome. Well, awesome that you are there in the background and I didn't interrupt your sleep, and hopefully my voice was soothing enough that it kept you lulled into good sleep, because I do like to hear that my friends got good sleep, because I tell everybody to get good sleep all the time. I know it's tough, and you know what? I would have never listened to myself, uh, my own advice when I was working, but now that I'm unemployed, I've been getting a lot of relatively good sleep. So, go figure. If you just, don't have work, you can sleep in. Okay, all right. All right, here we go. One, two, three. All right. But yeah, hopefully you had a nice doze off. I totally understand, Beth, because I took a short nap even before I streamed, because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to stream. I don't even know if I'll make it through stream. But then I took the little power nap, recharged me. Totally get it. Although I don't know if you're in the U.S. I assume that you're in the U.S. It is probably a little late, so bedtime, and it is gonna be Monday tomorrow, so I totally understand if you need to go sleep. But thank you for still being here. All right, so next up we have Hair Raiser. This is going to use the ace, the 2, and the 3. And I'm going to need to use a couple of helper cards here. And these helper cards are the 2 jokers. And the jokers are going to help us. So here's what we're going to do with the jokers. If I take the ace and we place it here on the bottom, unless you were off for the holiday. Oh, yeah, it's tomorrow. Well, so some people might call it Columbus Day, and then others might call it Indigenous Cultures Day, or something. Beth says, I don't want another lockdown, but I feel like we need another mandatory vacation month for everybody. I think a mandatory vacation month would be glorious. So now, if I snap, that will bring the ace from the bottom back up to the top. Now, if I take the 2, and we place the 2 here at the bottom, if I snap twice, that will bring the 2 back up to the top. And now if I take the 3, place the 3 at the bottom, if I snap 1, 2, 3, that will bring the 3. Hey, thanks for the transporter, Mark Rides. That has transported the 3 back up to the top. Now everybody says, hey, when you do this trick, you're doing it a little bit slow. Can you do it a little bit faster? All right, sure. I'm going to take the jokers and place them on the 3 and just snap once. That will bring the 3 back up to the top. Take the jokers, place it on the 2. If I snap, that will bring the 2 back up to the top. Place the jokers on the ace. Snap, that will bring the ace back up to the top. And now some people are thinking, hey, wait, those jokers are really magical. And to that I would say, well, yeah, you can think that, but in all actuality, the ace, 2, and the 3 are the ones that are magical. And I think, let me demonstrate. If I just go ahead and I place the ace, 2, and the 3 here. At this point, I don't really need the jokers anymore. But let's go ahead and, if you were here, you could say stop anywhere. And let's go ahead and stop there just for a second. But if you believe that the jokers were magical, then we couldn't do anything with the ace, 2, and the 3. But if you believe that the ace, 2, and 3 are magical, well, let's see what happens here. So this is a king of spades. So if I use the king of spades here to touch the ace, 2, and the 3, they will now change into the other kings. The king of hearts, king of clubs, and the king of diamonds. And that, my friends, is Hair Raiser. All right. Thanks for requesting that, Charlie's Beats. Yeah, that one is so that one is not like technically difficult, but there's a lot of stuff to remember. I would say like like a longer routine. So like there's a lot of steps to to do it, to remember and to get right. Because otherwise it doesn't really look good, right? If you mess up one part, it's like oh no, I can't go to the next part because it's kind of like it's involved, I guess, in that way. But I like it. I really like it. That's I do remember when that one was a boss trick, and I think I remember Charlie was the one who discovered it. It's like, oh no, I messed it up, and then it's like, but it helped that I learned the trick that trick was based on later. So, and now that that's solidified in my head, I'm good. Like, I don't think I'll forget that one now. But there's some other tricks that I've forgotten. Um, let's see here. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern, E Room, Charlie's Beats, and Mark Wright says, "Ooh, I had an idea. Can you do a trick with just three kings, like for Christmas, the three kings, three wise men?" Absolutely. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me do because I learned a trick recently that could actually translate really well um, to this. So let me put a magician's choice in there, and then also I think I know which one I want to do as my finale. So I will go ahead and let me actually make sure I can find it before I, come on, where are you? Here it is. All right, that was more involved than it feel like it needed to be. Okay, I found the one I wanted to do for finale. I'm gonna try and wing one for the king's trick, and then yeah, let me put in this. Okay, and then let me do this. Return off Q. I will unpin this. All right, cool. All right, and then let me actually, yeah, let me know when back from ads. Okay, cool. All right, let's see if I can do this. All right, I'm just quickly setting up. Actually, I can show you guys the setup. Okay. Mark Wright says, "Do you perform tricks for trick or treaters when they say trick or treat on Halloween?" So, uh, Mark writes, "That's a complicated question because I would say I would if I got trick or treaters. I live on a street that's kind of like a main street, and the first year I moved into the house, I was all dressed up and I had a bowl of candy, and nobody came to the door. The next year I was like, all right, if we didn't get any people, they probably don't trick or treat here. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, I had a bowl of candy, but I ended up doing other like watching TV or something just in case, and nobody came. And then the third year, I basically just dispensed, and I'm just like, all right, you know what? It doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna come to our house because we live on a main street. The sidewalk isn't even on our side of the street; it's on the other side of the street, so we never get any trick or treaters. But when I encounter people just like walking around, I'll bring my kid doing to do trick or treating now, and if the opportunity arises for me to do a trick, if we are like inside or something, because normally by that time it's going to get dark pretty early, so seeing cards is kind of hard, but I'll show people tricks if I have the opportunity. But it's kind of sad that I do like trick or treating, but now I have the skill to give them a trick, and now they don't come. So Jimmy says, "Same. I live on a dead end. I haven't seen a kid in years on Halloween." Oh, my sympathies, Jimmy. Yeah, I feel ya. Yeah, so like even if kids were gonna be on my street, they'll be on the sidewalk side, they'll be on the other side. But then there's literally like a neighborhood that's like four houses down, and then that neighbor they just hit everybody around here just hits up one of the two or three neighborhoods that are around here. So yeah. All right, cool. I think everybody's back, hopefully. And so let me go ahead and all right. So in order to do the trick with three kings, the drink timing. So here, I'm going to use these three kings because this is partially inspired by Mark Rides, and Mark Rides is the signer of the King of Hearts. So we'll keep that. We're going to take out one of the kings, so in this case, the King of Diamonds. And we take out the two jokers because I just feel like when I do this trick, it probably won't be that impressive. Then we have the rest of the deck, so that is okay. All right. So I'm going to set aside the three kings, and the three kings will totally help us with this trick. All right, and so, and let me introduce the three kings are the King of Spades, the King of Clubs, and the King of Hearts. I'll leave them off to the side over here just for a second, and we will need two selections. So, let's go and I'm just going to speed this up. We'll choose those two. I don't know what they are. I'm not going to look at them, but the three wise men are going to be great at telling me what these two cards are. Actually, this will also be, I'm going to close my eyes, turn my head. I will show you guys both of these cards. Okay, I'll give you guys a second to remember them. You don't have to remember them because the wise men will tell me what the cards are. So I'm going to open my eyes, turn my head. Okay, excellent. Ooh, like the Whispering Ladies? Yeah, this is basically that. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and here's the thing with these cards, but with the kings, yes, but with the kings. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this card amongst the kings, and the kings will get to see. They will amongst themselves. They'll get to see the card, and so they are going to tell me that this card. They're gonna tell. I'm gonna lean my head down. They've told me that this card is the Ten of Diamonds. The Ten of Diamonds, and so we'll give them a chance to go ahead and look at this card. So now they're going to look at this card. They know what this is at this point. And so we're going to go ahead and take a listen as to what they have to say. So they're going to say that this one is a nine of clubs. So 10 of diamonds and nine of clubs. And so here's what we will do. We will take the 10 of diamonds and lose that into the deck over here. And then we will take the nine of clubs and we will place that in between the kings over here. Okay, and now here's the interesting thing with this, right? If I just show you that this deck doesn't have anything facing in the wrong direction, but also these kings, we thought that they had the nine of clubs, right? But all we have to do, watch, is the three wise men have found a way to get a card. We knew that there was a card in there, but it was supposed to be the nine of clubs, but in this case, it is the 10 of diamonds. They found all the jewels. And over here, if I show you, there is a card facing the opposite direction. In this case, this is our nine of clubs. And that is what was this trick called? Hold on. This was a relatively new trick, and it was a slight variant of what the actual is. Hold on. Let me get the name for you guys, if anybody is curious. Mostly just the magicians might be curious. This is based on a trick that is called Stage Shout by Roy Walton, but that is based partially on Whispering Whispering Ladies. So if anybody was curious, there you go. Thank you kindly for the kind of impromptu request, Mark Rides. Greatly appreciate it. It worked out. I think I did. I think I did that fine. Um, Relatively happy with it. And thank you kindly for the clap, Sapphire Stern. Okay. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps, Felden Kane. All right. So let's go ahead and clear that. And then I already closed the queue and everything. So let's go ahead and C Films first time chat. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome in, C Films. I'm doing well. How are you doing? I'm not sure if I am familiar. I know that it appears as though I've followed you. What did you follow me and then I must have followed you back? I saw that you I think I saw that you were a streamer and I was like, okay. So that's probably why. Have you done magic with dice? I have not done magic with dice. I'm mostly a card magician and I do some coin tricks as well. But I know the principles for one kind of coin trick, or sorry, dice trick that my friend does, but I don't practice it. I also don't really have dice like here. But Mark Ride says Jack does dice. Yes, if you are looking for a magician that does some dice tricks, you can follow our friend Info XZar. There you go. There's a shout out for Info XR, and he does Magic Stream 3 times a week, and you could probably catch him and request a dice trick from him probably. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Mark Rides. Appreciate it. So anyway, C Films, I was about ready to wrap up, and we'll do one finale trick. But if you want, I can do the usual trick that I would show new people that I've never, um, like if I run into you randomly in the street, this is like probably the trick that I would show you. So let's do that. All right, C Films, go ahead and select a card. You can just name it, or if you want to use the cool, you can. If you're on desktop, you can click directly on the screen. It'll put a heat map where you click, and we'll have a card selected. Doesn't matter that I know what it is in this case, so. But definitely just go ahead and do that, and we will do. Actually, I'm gonna add this trick to my ambitious. There you go. Boom. Okay, so we'll do that for C Films. Joker. Okay. All right. Sounds good. So we have. Oh, I hadn't put them back in the deck yet. So let's go ahead and just grab this one. So here is a Joker. Luckily, it is already signed. So there you go. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and place this Joker. So remember, it's the black Joker that's signed a dime package. I'm going to go ahead and place this into the middle of the deck like so. All right, we'll push that in. Now if I snap, we can bring it from the middle back up to the top because there it is. Now we just got the power. We don't want to waste it. So I'm going to go ahead and take it and put it in the middle of the deck like this. If I snap again, that will bring it back up from the middle to the top. Now, some people believe that magicians will hide a card on the top or the bottom, but let me just show you that here. This is the card that's currently on top. That's not the Joker. But if I snap, that will bring the Joker back up to the top. Now, once again, we can even bury the card deeply in the middle. And look, you'll know that I haven't swapped out the card because if I leave this sticking out, that's the same dime package signed Joker. I'm going to bury it in the middle of this packet, bury it in the middle of this packet. Importantly, I'm not hiding it on the top. I'm not hiding it on the bottom. That's the other Joker. But look, Mark Rides has done the ding, and that has brought it from the middle back up to the top. And we have, I'll wait for the thing to clear, the dime package signed black Joker on the top. There we go. And that is pretty much one of the first tricks that I'll show people most of the time. So, but anyway, welcome NC Films. Hopefully you're doing well. Um, and oh yeah, that's right. And I mentioned you were a streamer, so let's go ahead and give you a shout out. There we go. You have knowledge and enthusiasm for movies and TV, and you're the founder and developer of cfilms.com, which is exciting. That's cool. So yeah, that's funny because our actually, did you come and hang out with Gibson Lens? Is that how we know you? I forget. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna start wrapping up. So anyway, thank you everybody who came out and decided to hang out with me. Thank you to everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, selected a card, chatted in chat, did a sound alert, did a redeem. Thank you to all of you. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. And thank you to all the lurkers out there because if it wasn't for you guys, if I'm practicing magic at home, there's no magic happening. So the magic has to happen in your mind. Um, Jimmy Page asks, Nam, what's the name of the trick where you do a double lift and then put the top card in their hand and later pretend to do a super fast swap with them? Oh, okay. I'll send you the name of that in Discord, Jimmy. I saw that you did send a message. I won't divulge it on stream right now, but yeah. So I'll do that in a bit. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. Um, but yes. Oh, but Jimmy, yes, I know the answer to that, and it is on my trick list. So yeah, I know exactly which trick you're talking about. If anybody was concerned that this was real magic, everything that you saw here today was sleight of hand and good presentation and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and practice. But if you still believe, if it's not black magic, it's not sorcery, it's not deals with the devil. But if you still believe that, sleight of hand, best cover story ever. Also, if you guys haven't given some mod love to our mods, thanks for helping me out tonight. Definitely give a follow. Both of my mods are also streamers in of themselves. We've got Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man is one of the other magicians that has a regular magic schedule. So give him a follow. You can catch him Monday nights where he'll do Magic Mondays. If you catch him other times, he might be playing community games or retro games or Grand Theft Auto is what he's been streaming lately. C Films asks, "What is your favorite magic movie?" I haven't seen that many magic movies, so I will probably say the one that is the most relevant is C Films is a documentary film called Dealt about a card mechanic named Richard Turner. So basically, he is a card mechanic, which is somebody who can fix games of poker to basically make anybody win. But here's the catch: he's blind, and he's like one of the best card mechanics in the world, and magician. So it's like, oh my god. But anyway, so that's probably my favorite like magic related movie. It's not like a glitzy, it's about the true story about this guy named Richard Turner. Jimmy Page says abracadabra, and is that the one with Steve Carell and Jim Carrey? I don't know about one. And then, of course, our mod Bert. Thank you for getting Bert Mark rides. Appreciate it. If you guys are not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, definitely give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens is a pianist and has composed a bunch of his own originals. Put out an album of his original music earlier this year. You can listen to everything that he put out for free at that link tree. And also, he is a video game developer by day and has also worked on a game that's coming out it's like next week, right? Yeah, it's basically within the week. So, and that is he works for Double Fine, and the game that's coming out is called Keeper. So on Friday, yeah, that's right, this week. So excellent. Might want to wait. People might not hear that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I can chill for a minute while we we do that as well. And then let's see. Keeper, the game that I'm working on, will be released on Friday. Yeah, so And then also this might be a good time for me to also look to see who's streaming, and then I can click into there. So I can so hold on. This is a good time to scout for raid targets. Okay, you might have just heard me echoey because I just opened my own stream again. All right, let's see here. Who have we? Hmm. Oh, you know who we should probably raid, and I don't know if we've ever raided them. Okay. All right. Presumably this person will still be streaming by the time we raid out. So I think I've already decided on our raid target. Normally I would raid like a musician friend on Twitch because, you know, Magic is kind of like a performance art and music is as well. But there's also a bunch of Twitch friends that do other things. And so one Twitch friend I see right now is playing a video game, so we might end up raiding them. And I think so long as they are still going, we'll probably raid them. So let me also mute and get in there. Oh, good, there's an ad. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. Where were we? Okay, are we back from the ad, I think? I was just determining who we can raid out to. I think I found a raid target, but also, all right. So yeah, guys, if you are into like puzzle games, Keeper, ad's over. All right, awesome. Keeper, the game that Gibson Lens and Double Fine is working on, releases on Friday. So definitely check that out. All right. Other than that, if you want to see more of me and I'm not around, you can check out my YouTube channel. I recently hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Big milestone for me. I was super happy with that. I'm still making content. I'm still, putting stuff. I'm at least 3 YouTube videos a week lately. So sometimes more, sometimes less. Kind of depends. But um, and then also, if you want to see VODs that fall off retention, I usually put them over here. I think I only have like very few that I don't have over there, but for the most part, you can find almost all the VODs over there. Also, if you guys want to see when I'm going live, so I only have Sleight of Hand Sunday on my main schedule, but I will announce when I'm having random streams and other things in my Discord. I've been making a bunch of channels in my Discord to just have like different segmented topics. I'll usually post like just random articles or funny things that I see. If anybody's interested in that kind of stuff, feel free to come hang out in the Discord. And then let's see. Other than that, I also don't like to end stream on a trick that I mess up on. So I'm going to do this trick. If I do it successfully, we'll raid out. If I don't, we're going to do another finale trick. And so that's how things go here. All right, cool. So with that, let's go ahead and get to the finale. All right. First things first, I have 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are the 4 aces. We've got a red ace here, and then we've got a red ace here. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put the 2 black aces face to face. I'm going to go grab the red aces, not physically, just kind of, you know, metaphysically, and we'll put them into the packet. But now if we take a look, that means that now the cards here in the packet are the 2 red aces. Now some people are probably like, wait, where are the black aces? They're probably over here. But if you were paying attention, I didn't put the black aces here. So if we take a look at these cards, they are blank. So now if I take the 2 red aces and I throw them away, now if we take a look over here, there's actually no aces at all. Everything is blank. And that, my friends, I will call a successful performance of Bee Sisters, which is our finale for tonight. And we'll call that a stream. So, Anyway, thank you for the patience, everybody, with the ads. I used to have fewer or no ads because I didn't stream that much, but now since I'm unemployed and I'm like, I'm trying to just get what I can, uh, so I have got the ads going up. So there we go. Let's see, and I remember saying, let's see, Felden Kane said, thanks for the stream now. You're welcome, Felden Kane. Thanks for hanging out and being here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks, Jimmy Page, for staying as well. Thank you to everybody around. Mark Rides, Gibson Lens, E-Room. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern, Gibson Lens, E-Room. And thank you for helping me out earlier. Chan, I think Chan has probably gone to sleep, but, I do recommend everybody get good sleep, so, can't blame him. And Mark Wright says, what's the difference between Imagine and Bee Sisters? So Bee Sisters has the plot where I make the aces move and then disappear. And then in Imagine, the cards start as what we think they are, and they all end up just being what seemingly is all at once empty at the end. So I guess there's just a very slight, subtle plot difference, but I can see the similarities. Um, but the method to achieve them both are actually really different. So what I would consider Imagine, we could do with just like um, mostly normal cards, and this one is slightly less normal because the ending seems the same. Yeah. I guess the difference is Imagine has one that's also a different color, and this one is all of them are the same color. Yeah, I would say just storytelling. Like, I guess from a non-magician standpoint, the plot is very similar. Would be what I yeah would be the thing. Okay, yeah, cool. But I would say the good question, Mark Rides. Good question. Importantly, I like them both, and they're both kind of like in my usual repertoire of closers. So I'm like, okay. So it's like card tricks that do this thing or have this plot or something is usually like a good call for for me enjoying it. The other thing is like I like performing it, whether uh, it's amazing to others or not. Like that's a huge like all of my closers I like to perform. So all right. So today I've decided we're going to be rating our friend. He was in chat earlier, Kaio Demon. He is currently playing Hades, so we're gonna rate our friend Kaio Demon today. So if anybody would like to come along for the raid, here's a raid call. Here's a sub raid call. Here is if anybody gets left behind. And then let me officially start the raid. Here we go. Okay, let me copy my own raid call. I should probably update some of these for my raid calls. All right. Okay, so there we go. We'll be rating Kaio Demon 956. Thank you everybody for coming on to hang out. I had fun. Hopefully you guys had fun. I know it was a little bit. I probably went a little bit longer than I normally go, like an hour. But other than that, remember to hydrate, remember to stretch, and remember to get good sleep because we all know it's really hard to get good sleep nowadays. So great seeing everyone. Take care, sleep well, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye.